Now it's live. What up, guys? I don't know where Sam is, but we're going to go on for now, just by myself, at least for now. But sorry about that. I was just making sure that everything was good on my end. I've got the stream open in another YouTube tab just to make sure that everything looks good, and it looks like it does. Several people in the chat already. Alexander, Jeffrey, Seth. Let's see, who else? Virtual, good, and Ashley. Good to see all you guys. Welcome to the chat. I don't know, as I mentioned, I don't know where BritishBricks is or Sam. It's the same guy, but I don't know where he's at right now. I would assume he might be still asleep because it's Sunday morning in Australia. I don't know what the time difference is, but or what time it is there, but I'm sure he's probably enjoying some sleep right now. He messaged me this morning here, and said that, hey, I've got some free time. Do you want to stream? Do you want to get together and stream or something like that? And I said, yeah, sure, I can host it. So yeah, here we are. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Saturday, prime Chillstream time, in my opinion, which is exactly what we got going on tonight. Thanks for coming out. And hopefully we'll have some interesting content for you. I can't promise that. And if Sam doesn't turn up, I probably won't stream for too terribly long, but we'll see. I'll try to give him 30 or 45 minutes, just to see. I did tell him about 8 o'clock my time, so I guess we'll see. Until then, if you've got questions in the chat, or if you got questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to toss them into the chat, I should say, and I'd be happy to answer them. I've got a couple things that I can probably work on digitally, and so I'll probably be doing that as the night progresses. Got a couple things that I can at least do. Always some projects to work on for me. But yeah, what are you guys working on right now? I'd love to hear. Non-sponsored. I can show you. I'm comfortable enough showing these because I just have them here, and they're not like super groundbreaking, incredible models. But I've got a couple of freight cars here in not particularly complete stages of building, but just two really simple cars. The first of which is my camera's over here, a 36-foot wooden flat car. Pretty simple. Obviously, I'm missing a lot of pieces on it, but 36-foot wooden flat car, easy peasy. That'll have some truss rods on it once it's done. And then I took that same car, and then in studio I went and built up this, which is underneath. If I were to take away these walls, it would be the same car underneath, being this guy. But I built up the wooden gondola sides from that same car. My theory is that this is kind of just like a very like old timey like short line thing to do. If you had a surplus of flat cars and then you needed a gondola, why not just build up the sides of one of your flat cars? So this is kind of what I did. I put some hatches that can, in theory, be raised or lowered to discharge whatever commodity you'd have in here, like gravel. But kind of my thinking was that like being on like a very small um very small, like very short line kind of railroad, in theory, you could have like this car, which is not designed to be a gondola, but they made it into a gondola, and then you've got the hatches in the side. But even still, you'd probably have some employees, some poor guys with push brooms, like pushing gravel out of the doors just to make sure that's all noted properly or something like that. But so I've got both of these. Again, they're identical underneath. This one has just got the walls on it. They'll have the same arch bar trucks truck design that I designed a little while back. So I got those in progress. I also have a couple other cars that I have the most of the parts for that I would like to complete before too long. I'm quite happy with them. Both of them are pretty close to identical to each other, but couple of differences, a couple small differences. One of them is a very particular car, and the other one is more generic. But the particular car and both of those cars are very similar to each other, and I can explain more about that when I have those models built. But for right now, it's just parts, so we'll leave it at that. Advice for building Lego trains: you'd have to be more specific than that. There's a lot of advice I could give. You're role playing, interesting. Virtual is dimensioning on Ontario Northland 462. That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna Google that right now. It's 701. Looking that up right now. Oh, that's sharp. That's neat looking. I like that with the green and everything like that. That's pretty neat. I like it. Hope that goes well. Nickel Man is here. Welcome, Nickel Man. Returning from the bustling metropolis of Ford City, PA. I haven't even heard of Ford City, PA. I'm sure it's busy. Let's see, what else have we got? Nothing that I have on Studio right now I feel comfortable showing off right now, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I have, though, been working on a fair amount of projects in Studio recently. Those cars among them. But also got a couple of new engines going through the Studio phase right now, and that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. One of them, anyways. And then a third locomotive I've got kind of halfway in progress in real life. I just made some neat advancements on that with that model on Friday, yesterday, I guess. Today's Saturday. Made some advancements with that on yesterday, and then I've got another couple models that I in Studio specifically that I've been kind of working with and have really been enjoying the past week and a half, 2 weeks. So that is taken up a lot of my Lego mental headspace, I suppose you could say. But I'm really enjoying those a lot. So I'm probably going to continue doing that for the time being. So it's weird. I could show you guys a list of a literal like notebook list, like a full page of like wide ruled line notebook paper. And that's pretty much my entire build list that I have right now. It's literally filled, every single line in the margins. It's like that's everything that I have any sort of interest in building. And it's not set in an order, but like I've kind of got like sort of like a mental list. Sometimes I'll write it down, but like a mental list of things that I like. These are the engines that I want to think about right now. These are the projects that I want to think about right now. And that changes so much, so frequently. But it's interesting, like out of nowhere, you'll all of a sudden be like, hey, I'm going to work on that one now. And then all of a sudden you're just like really moving forward with that project. As opposed to something else that maybe you've had on your plate for longer or something. But I don't know. I just think that's kind of interesting, like the way that your own build schedule changes. At least mine does. I don't know if I might be alone in that thought, but I'm not sure. Harry Potter Fox Lego set. Train appreciator, but not the building skills hero. That's okay. Tell Richard I said hi. How hard would it be to build 759 in the American Railroad scheme? You just picked up the HO version today. Well, if you already have a 759 built, it probably wouldn't be that hard. But Sam will be here in 20 minutes. We only have to make 20 minutes worth of content by myself before he gets here, and then it becomes easier. Well, yeah, if you have 759 modeled already, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard. So I'm gonna message Sam back. But I don't think the American Railroad scheme was that particularly difficult. I'm not incredibly familiar with it. As far as I know, it's just like the big blue rectangle on the tender is lined gold and with American Railroads lettered same on that. I don't think that would be too hard, but I mean, you have to model 759 first or a nickel plate S2. But I don't know. I would like to have one of those someday. A nickel plate 284, maybe not specifically the 759. Oh, BritishBricks is in the chat. You're in the wrong side of the stream, man. He'll be here in a little bit. Make sure that my phone volume is down just so it doesn't disturb the stream. There we go. Build schedule definitely changed. Wanted to try it in January, part availability. I'm trying to do the math for scale drives me nuts. I appreciate that. My build schedule is basically whatever I'm really interested in at the moment. And that changes very frequently. I was working on one locomotive in studio for like a week. Looking at my calendar, like the end of May, early. I'm sorry, for the first week of June, first or second week of June, I was like working on one particular locomotive in studio, and then a week ago on Friday, so June 11th, all of a sudden I just switched that fast, and I went to a different locomotive, and I've been working on that for a week. But both of those are going pretty well. I'm basically have got on both of those, actually they're about in the same place progress wise. I've basically got the locomotive roughed out. Gaps that need filling is pretty standard stuff since up until now. And then I've just got to work on the tender really. And then of course go back and add details and make sure that I don't have like floating parts on the locomotive and things like that. This is a particularly one of these locomotives I've certainly had on my list for a good long while, which is the one that I've been working on more recently. The Strasbourg guys are live right now. I might have to. That's a shame. I forgot that they usually stream on Saturdays. Oh well. And there goes my train of thought. Anyways, emergency content. Read the chat. Build until you run out of parts. Yeah, basically, and then build something else. Hard to run out of parts when you build digitally. There you go. Everybody just build studio from now on. Nobody buy Lego anymore. I need to figure out. Hey Jeffrey, what's the wheelbase in feet on a Commonwealth truck? He's gonna like run to his bookshelf and like whip out a number for me. I need a Commonwealth truck, and I want to make sure that I've got the wheelbase on that correct before I do too much else on top of that truck, because of course I have to build something to put on top of that truck. I wish I could get rid of the powered by StreamYard logo. That's kind of annoying, but doesn't matter. Oh, I should show you this. I got another Brickmania goodie not too long ago. I was gonna actually, it's so funny. I was going to build this on stream next time I streamed with BritishBricks, but I just got impatient, so I just built it anyways. I got the Spirit of St. Louis kit from Brickmania. not too long ago, and I love this thing so much. 72 inches. Thanks. That's 6 feet. Okay, that's cool. Yep, I can make that work. Thanks. So, Spirit of St. Louis, designed by I think Jonah Padberg, or I want to say he goes by the handle of BritishBricks. Don't quote me on that. But Jonah, I know is his name. It's on the box. Yeah, he built the Spirit of St. Louis, and I'm kind of a sucker for St. Louis branded things, so I wanted to get the Spirit of St. Louis, and I did. So this is a cool plane. The engine in particular, the way that this engine is built with the spinning propeller, I thought it was really neat. That was one of my favorite parts of the kit to find out how to build. Cockpit's cool. There's not a whole lot of cockpit in there, just the way that the plane is actually built. There does have the Lindbergh figure inside. You can kind of see him in there. I just tucked him away in there, and then the door closes, which is pretty rad. This is a cool, like, for the size of the kit. This is actually sick. I love this thing. I'm so happy with this. This is definitely worth the purchase. So, got that pretty recently. Haven't shown it off yet until just now. So, yeah. My lighting situation is appalling because it's 8:17 in the evening in Western Pennsylvania, and all I've got, and I don't like turning on my lights unless I just need to. So like, I've just got my desk light on. I feel bad because I'm streaming right in the middle of the Strasbourg guys' stream, and usually if I'm up for streaming on a Saturday, usually I will join them because it's fun. But oh well. As soon as Sam gets here, guys, we'll have more interesting content, I promise. Promise. Let's see. Any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, of course. Gonna make sure that I'm yeah, still should be about 10 minutes from now. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to I want to work on, I need a second monitor. I have a second monitor, but I just don't use it, and I really should, because I barely have, honestly, I don't have the desk room for it currently, but I need a second monitor so I can have the stream open, and then I can have a building page open as well. Build the steam crane, you mean on the Penleg layout? There are 3 of them. Kale built all 3 of them. I'm pretty sure Kale built all 3 of them. Kale or Nate Brill did, but I want to say it was Kale. It's the Erie B2 steam crane. But the cool thing about it is that they, Kale or Nate, whoever did it, basically made it so that you can model it with like a different attachment and a different like base, because all the different ones in the Penleg layout, there's one that's got rail wheels on it, like rail axles and wheels. There's one that's got like tracks, and then there's one that's got something else on it that I can't remember. But they've also got like different attachments. Like one has got like the clamshell bucket, or not the clamshell bucket, but like the scoop bucket that has like the drop out of the bottom. One of them has got like a claw on it. But it's really cool design, and actually I really kind of want one. But I don't know how to build it, to answer your question. As far as I know, it's just Kale or Nate Brill, or both of them in collaboration. MacBricks is here. Welcome, MacBricks. You're not missing a whole lot of good content right now. Waiting on BritishBricks. He's about 10 minutes away. Hopefully less. But once he gets here, I'm sure things will pick up. But until then, I am kind of looking at one of my current projects in studio, trying to figure out the next thing that I would like to do with it. I spent a lot of time on this model, like trying to figure out the best way to power it. And this is like the answer was so much more simple than it needed than like the answer was so simple compared to how difficult I was making it. Um, it like I'm not even joking when I say like I have been thinking about this locomotive for a year and a half, year and a half, and all of that time was almost completely dedicated to just thinking about how to power it. Like it took up way too much mental space. It was just, and then I finally arrived at the solution because so the locomotive that I have in mind and the locomotive that I'm building is particularly specific in my mind. Like there's a lot of things about it. Like there's like a lot of characteristics about it, like the way the locomotive is shaped, the size, um, the way that the engine and tender fit together, things like that make a huge difference to me. And so like just me being difficult, of course, I didn't want to like give up any ground in any of those territories. So the answer that I came up with was basically splitting the difference. It'll make more sense later. Once I actually like publish the model, it'll make more sense. But like the answer that I came up for powering it is way more simple than I than I way too simple for the amount of thought that I put into it. But I'm very happy with the solution that I arrived at, and I'm really happy that I'm finally able to make some legitimate progress on it. Because for all of that time, or most of that time, anyways, I had basically just a very rough and rudimentary shape that sort of looked like the locomotive in studio, and now I'm very much past that with much more detail and much better like theory behind it, I guess. Um, and yeah, my my headset has like no battery life anymore. But yeah, I'm so much more happy with the state that I'm in with that locomotive now and that locomotive model in studio, and it it's a weird thing. I was talking about this with another friend earlier today, and it's so weird that like I will, no matter how interested in a project I am, if I don't feel good about the way the project is going, I don't want to work on it anymore. Does that make sense? Like, what do you like? Do you experience this too? It's like I genuinely am interested to know. Like, most of the time, I'm interested in working on projects when one, I have the motivation, two, or have the inspiration, or three, I feel good about the state that the project is currently in. Like this one locomotive, as I said, I had for like a 8 months or a year, it was just a rudimentary studio model, and then all of a sudden I figured out that one missing piece, and then was able to completely just shoot forward with the whole locomotive in studio. Like, does this happen to anyone else, or am I just crazy? I'm genuinely interested. Just like I think that like people's building experiences, I think that that stuff interests me. So feel free to leave your comments in the chat. Going to the pen lug layout. Why would I not be going to the pen lug layout? I'm not sure quite what you're asking, but hopefully I can answer it. Um, I mean, next time Penlug sets up the train layout, I'm sure I'll be there. Ever plan to build any diesels or mainly stick to steam? Definitely mainly stick to steam. There's at least one diesel that I really want to build. I actually own actually since the last time I streamed, I now own a diesel. I didn't build it, but I own one. Um, I'll post photos of that in a little bit. Maybe not in a little bit, but I'll eventually get around to doing that. Um, I have one that I'd like to build. I have the rest of them kind of come and go. Like I'd like to build um some earlier diesels like the Alco HH, something like that, or like a Fairbanks Morse. I like that kind of thing. Um, actually have a need now for a cotton belt diesel because Conrad Tefal that I talk with frequently, he gifted me a cotton belt bay window caboose the other like a month ago or so, and so I need a locomotive, of course, to put in front of that. So maybe at some point I will build a cotton belt diesel. But anything beyond the one diesel that I have in mind, which is very particular and I really like it, um, I would like to build that, but much beyond that is just kind of maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. I feel the same way. If I have no motivation or I'm not happy with it, I don't want to work on it. Totally know what you mean. I'm glad. I'm glad some people relate. I'm genuinely glad to hear that because like it's such a weird thing, and like I hate like using motivation because motivation, at least in my experience, is like it's one day it's there, next it's not. It could be like in the same day, even like it could be here and then it could be not. Um, it's a tough thing to rely on, but like if it's there, great. But like at the same time, like there's so much more to me. There's like so much more to building than just the motivation or the drive to do it. It's it's hard to it's sort of hard to put into words, but like I've got to kind of like I said, for one, I've just got to feel good about it, and then like two, it's just like maybe sometimes just sitting down and actually just biting the bullet and figuring it out. I don't know, but SD9, that'd be kind of neat. I don't. I'm not particularly familiar with the SD9. That's a three-axle diesel that looks like what looks like a Jeep 9, right? But I don't really know. I do not have very much diesel knowledge. Nerdbrick and Austin are here. Welcome, guys. We're waiting on BritishBricks. He should not be too far away. Sure, he's doing all he can to join us here. Do hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. I certainly am. ST70 Ace, maybe a little bit too modern. I'm more of a, I don't know what generation like the ST40-2 is, but like that and earlier for diesels for me. Things of that nature, I would say. I did actually, if you go back on my Flickr, you can see it, I think. But I did actually build a diesel at one point, or start one. I never finished it, but I was actually kind of happy with it. But 1973, thank you for that. My Crusader, K4, and Atlantic, all are still around. I just don't get them out very much because I have moved on to other things. I would like to definitely rebuild the Atlantic and then the Crusader, probably in that order, but I don't really know yet. But probably in that order, we'll see. But all of those that you mentioned are still around. I still got the models for them. They're the built models, of course. I've got the digital files for them too, but they're not worth very much right now. I definitely want to rebuild the Crusader. I was actually sort of thinking about that the other week. There's a lot that I could do better on that locomotive now, and I would certainly like to build my own set of cars for it to go behind it. But that's in the future, and I'm not too worried about that. The Atlantic for sure as well, because basically for the same reasons, is that there's a lot more that I could do better on it now. Like I have a much better way to use an L motor and a powertrain on XL wheels. I have a lot more information. I have better photos. I have a better. Basically, I know what I'm doing more than I did when I built that Atlantic, and the Crusader as well. I would definitely say, but all in good time. I definitely would not say that they're super high on the list, either of those two, because I do have a lot of other projects that I would like to get to, and some that I've had on my plate for years, and I would like to get those cleared off before I do too much, before I go back and rebuild things like that. But we'll see. You like my Crusader how it is? Well, I certainly appreciate that, because that's the way it's going to stay for a while. Any more plans for BC and G stock? Maybe a sibling for 13. Yes and no. I would like to build some cars to go behind 13. Kind of two versions of that. I would like to build the Buffalo Creek and Golly caboose number C1. That was an old B&O caboose, and I've got diagrams for that, and I've got actually a really good start on that. Well, really good. I haven't touched it for a while, but I've got a start on it. I'd definitely like to finish that. I've got a model of a fitting Baltimore, Ohio hopper to go behind 13. That was actually, I traded the design. I traded something for that from a gentleman by the name of Robert. Actually, in the previous stream that I did, I was actually working on putting that model through Studio so I could order my own parts for it at some point. I'd like to build several of those, both to put behind number 13 and just to have around. And also, I build several that are not Baltimore, Ohio specific, or Baltimore, Ohio lettered models, because it's a pretty commonly used car. But yeah, I'd like to build at least those, and then hopefully I'd kind of like to build one of the, the BC&G X6, which was their combine car, formerly a Reading car as far as I'm aware, and it was a dining car for their wreck train essentially. And they also used it on excursions, which is why I'm interested in it. So that's kind of my list for things to match 13 right now. I probably won't build any more BC&G Steam. I really just like 13, and 13 was kind of just a means of digging myself out of a building rut, which I would definitely say was successful. But not that I wouldn't consider it. It's just if I was going to build more of those, I would feel a lot more obligated to model the Buffalo Creek and Gully like as a layout, but I don't really want to do that. Not because I wouldn't enjoy it, just because I want to do other things, if that makes sense. You might try to build a steam turbine at some point. I hope you do. That'd be cool. Don't know if there's a little blue steam train there. I'm not sure what you're asking. I apologize. Have I seen circuit cubes making the rounds? Any thoughts on using those for small builds? I have seen those. I'm actually quite interested in them. I talked with one guy not too long ago about one of the designs that he has that uses a circuit cube to operate that locomotive, and it seems to work very well for him. And so I'm sure that it would work just as well for me. But I haven't made any. I haven't been super interested in trying that out yet, just because I've got so many other things to work on and other projects to give attention to. Guess what, guys?
Hey.
There we go.
Sorry for taking so long.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I timed this very badly, but I'm here. Hello,
don't worry
everyone.
about that. Yeah, Sam's here. This is BritishBricks. If you don't know him, you're clearly living under a rock because he's more popular than I am. Sam, welcome. I'm glad you could make it.
Thanks, Glenn. Good to be back. Good to do another one of these.
Glad to have you back. No, you were pretty much MIA for several weeks.
I was. I've been so busy lately, but finally got the time to do one of these. Okay.
So now I've been relying on just chat for content so far. So
okay.
But
what's been happening? What were we talking about?
Well, so far, most recent question that I was talking about was circuit cubes. Any thoughts on using those for smaller builds? And you've got experience with those.
Yeah, I've got circuit.
Yeah, you'll have to dig those out and elaborate for us.
I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's in the back of the model.
See, he's got so much stuff going on right now. He doesn't even remember where he put the circuit cubes.
It's too crazy in here. Yeah. So I used it for this model, which is still not done yet. The Sierra number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's awesome for smaller models. Like I probably could have used an M motor or something like that for this, but purely out of convenience, I chose to use the circuit cubes because of how small it was, and it just makes it really easy to power. Like, because this isn't like a long-term model. It's just for I don't know. I sort of want to do it in really quick time, so that's why I did it. But no, they're really good. Super small, compact, strong. They're not super fast. You're not something.
They're phone
really
controlled, right? They're Bluetooth, right?
Yeah, Bluetooth
Yeah.
control.
There
And
you
the
go.
Bluetooth app works really well as well. So I haven't had
Nice.
any questions about it. I
There's
think,
a better answer for you then.
yeah, people are still
I like
unsure. I'm pretty sure the new One UR podcast talks about them in their stream.
There you
And
go.
they talk about third-party
Awesome.
products that use it. So easy money.
There's a lot of good third-party products around.
There are. It's hard to choose from these days, to be honest, compared
Yeah, I
to
know. There's
5 or
like,
6.
it's so amazing, like to see, like 4 years ago, where were we, and now here we are.
I know. Like,
It's
man,
incredible.
what did we have 4 years ago? We didn't have much. We had BritishBricks.
10 years ago, we still had Railbricks.
Yeah.
We still had Railbricks. We didn't have, obviously, BMR, any of the
No.
instruction sites now. Man, we were. It certainly wasn't a dark age. I mean, we were coming out of like a huge Power Functions was still relatively new, I remember. And the only reason I know this is because you told me Kale's USRA Light Mikado is 10 years old this year. That's where we were at. That's where we were at 10 years ago.
Whoa.
I know, it's been a while. Been a while.
We didn't have. There wasn't really 3D printing back then either.
No, we didn't have any 3D printing. I remember actually in 2011. Let's see. 2011 is when I moved. Is one of the years that I moved states. And the state that I moved out of, the high school that I was going to in the state that I moved out of, they had a 3D printer, but it was like one of those ones instead of like a Shapeways printer where one of the Shapeways printer where it like lasers the dust together and it forms a part, or with like instead of like a resin printer, it was like it would like put paper thin layers of plastic down and then like draw out design on it. So it's like it was an earlier 3D printer, and I remember being so amazed by that. And one of the things that I really wanted to do for it was make like crank pins to put on like a narrow gauge steam locomotive.
Yeah.
And that I never did anything with that, obviously, but
I know that's
where we were at in the hobby 10 years ago. Holy cow. I hadn't even thought about that.
It's crazy to think about. But as soon as like 3D printing became more available to like Lego fans and just people in general who wanted to do their own projects, I think that's like how people started to, really expand upon the Lego train hobby.
Oh, yeah.
Like with train bricks, the connecting rods, that was pretty big at the time. I remember when they came out.
That was a huge deal.
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah, that was a huge deal.
And then what else? Like there's so much more. And then Shop's train stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a huge leap forward as well.
Big Ben bricks didn't do, especially like extra large, which they do.
That was a huge leap forward. I'm gonna dig out. I'm gonna go get it real quick because somebody asked about it. My K4 uses the first ever Shop's train wheels on an actual model.
Really?
Yep, I'm gonna dig it out now. I'm using the wrong bin already.
Lucky Glenn. Morning, afternoon. Still morning for me. What time is it for you, Glenn? It doesn't look too dark out there.
It's because of daylight savings or whatever. It's 8:39 in the evening here. Oh shoot, I'm breaking it.
Hi. Andrew's here.
Oh, here. Nice. Andrew, welcome.
Alexander.
Everybody's joining as soon as we start talking, and the chat goes nuts. What in the world?
All right. Good for the eccentric. Let's just cut down.
These driving wheels here in the middle are the first Shop's brick train stuff wheels ever. They are extra large size.
They are XL.
Yep, XXL.
Are they blue too?
No, they're black. They're just hard to tell.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've even held this model, I'm not gonna lie.
Bring it back.
I know, right? Dude, this is late 2016. This is what I was doing in late 2016. It's not even that bad. Like I'm actually still surprisingly happy with that model.
You should be.
Like
this is the problem, mate. I was never happy with anything I build. Even still, some models on the shelf I can't stand. And so it's like I never have anything from 2016, 2015. It's all gone.
I know it's so like, dude. I also the Crusader. My Crusader turned 6 years old in like a month.
The oldest I've probably got.
Like I hate the Crusader now because like there's so many things I could do better on it.
I'd say the Terrier, but I've changed that like multiple times over the years, so it's not the same. I'd say the L1, the
Mhm.
2.4 tank engine. That's probably my oldest model, and that's what. Hold on, hang on. When did I build that? It would have been, I reckon, my first year of uni after I had my break, after I finished like high school and all that.
I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back to the sweet times.
I remember being in college and doing all the lining on this by hand with
Oh my
with striping tape. Wow, I'm actually getting strangely nostalgic right now.
god.
I'm gonna put this over here.
2nd of April 2019. That's my oldest model.
Wow.
Wowie wow. So not even that old. I need a heritage listed or something, or I'll destroy it later in life. I think I'm pretty okay where I am now. I don't think
Dude, I don't think you're in a bad spot at all.
I mean, like, there was a point where it was good for me just to keep having another go because I think you can admit there was definitely people who brought it up not long ago. Where it was like there was a rough patch in my building career. Like
No,
I wasn't
I feel that.
I wasn't getting it right. Like I was happy with what I did, but
Oh yeah.
I think now the process I have with building as well, like I've got a pattern that works for me.
Hmm.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that like this week. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was thinking like I have, to put it one way, I think I have really figured out my process. And
Yeah,
like figuring that out, like I know exactly what's going to work for me and like things that I know I'm going to be able to work with really well. And so I've been able to like completely just not worry about a number of things because I already know where to start at the
yeah.
very least.
That's
So
like when people ask like how do you build trains like that? I always say trial and error, but it's also like the trial and error part is only so you can like figure out
yeah,
what's best for you, right? So it's like I always say use drawings, like blueprints and everything like that. Anything you can get of the model you're basing it on,
mm,
have something to on hand because it makes it so much easier to scale the whole thing. But then again, the rest of it, it's up to you. Like
yeah,
usually, for me, right, it's like chassis. Get that, make sure it works perfectly before you cram everything on. Because I used
exactly.
to build the whole thing, and then if the chassis didn't work, it was a nightmare. And then yeah, like work on the body, then add details, then add decals, and it's like that's my system. But I think everyone's their own, and once you figure out what it is, I think you're set.
Exactly.
It takes time
That's
to
well
find
said.
it. It definitely takes time.
It certainly does. Like, but as you said, like all of that trial and error is like once you do it, like once you build 3 models, you have a really good idea of like you almost don't need the trial and error anymore. You just know what's going to work.
That's it. You trust you back yourself more because you
Exactly.
your method, and if everything goes, all the steps you tick off work, then you'll end up having a model that you'll be pretty happy with.
Yeah, that's some good
I
stuff.
apart my Legos, or maybe you should. Maybe you should.
I haven't taken apart a model, and well, I say that I haven't taken apart a model since like 2019, I think. But I
That's
had a good
pretty.
reason. I had a good
That's
reason for that one. It never worked, so that's a good reason.
was that the was that the one
My
like you used on YouTube like ages ago?
Yeah, the
It's
Pennsylvania 210-4.
yeah, sad about
Yeah,
that.
never
The,
worked. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I've got other 210-4s that I want to build instead.
okay, that's all right.
So
Then. That was
I'll do
wait,
another
what was
one
it?
day.
A 10 no what? A 410 2.
210-4.
210 4.
Yeah,
That's a
I
monster.
a 410-2 would be pretty cool too, though. I've got a book on 410-2s.
See, I'll never get to the size that you American builders can. The
Uh,
biggest I could do was the Garrett.
See, this is just a limit that you're placing on yourself, so I don't have any sympathy for you.
It's my fault, but I don't make up the rules, but I do.
Whole book on 410-2s.
Oh,
It's a good book.
that'd be a nice book to
One
read.
wonderful bedtime story. I recommend.
Uh,
I need another bookshelf.
I got a lot of Lego books actually.
There you go. Extreme
Got
Bricks. That's
Lego
you.
books
That's
down
you.
there, and then I've got train books. I thought they were up there. I've got magazine books, whatever. It all helps. It all helps.
All my stuff is all over the place right now. I need another bookshelf to organize it all.
Yeah, it's getting there. Well, it's mine, and I just used to like prop things up these days. So it's like I'm not respecting the books as well as I should be. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah. BritishBricks takes apart all his models from Andrew.
Sad face. I don't anymore. I haven't done it in like.
I mean, it happens. Sometimes you just got to do it.
I have done it.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Remember the Yoda locomotive? That's all that's left of it. I like the boiler. I've kept the boiler, but the rest I chucked out. I didn't like.
One day.
The cab wasn't good. I will do. What are they called again? I don't even know.
Don't ask me, man. That's your area.
No, I'm not going to bore
Anyways.
you. Anyways, something fun I've been doing lately. Something. Well, it's not. People say it's not
Let's
fun,
hear it.
but I say it's fun. Have you ever, for like models? I've like when you're building rolling stock, especially for me, I find it. Sometimes I find it interesting. Oh, it's a picket. Thanks, Owen. Sometimes I find it interesting, like to build new types of rolling stock. But when I want to build like the same thing over and over again, it becomes extremely tedious.
Mm-hmm.
And the most tedious part of it for me is putting stickers on. Like it's brain dead. It looks awesome in the end, but
it does. Kale said this once. You have to be in a mood for decals. You have to psych yourself up for that almost. Like you really you have to prepare yourself. You have to get into like a mental zen state about like, all right, I'm not gonna get upset. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna like be okay with the results, no matter how slightly off it might be.
It's hard. Like it is. It's not hard, but it's hard. It's like it's like you're just sitting there hours on end, slowly putting it down. So what I've done to try and spice it up, I'm trying to find the others I had. Because I had a few cut up. I've only got this. I got this from Carl Great Tricks too. So I'm not I didn't come up.
One of the goats.
One of the goats, the man, is cutting up old Lego sticker sheets and trying to use them.
I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.
It's good.
It's so funny because that is by definition a genuine Lego solution.
I have been trying to like. So I've got this one ready because I'm going to use it at some point. So I'm going to just cut those dog heads out, stick it on something.
Nice.
I think this was from the A-Wing set. I only got the sticker sheet.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
And it's awesome. Like I had so many more. Like I can't really show. Like the one of the sets that's really good to use for this is like all the Speed Champion sets that have like all the branding and stuff.
Yep.
So I think I picked up sheets from the Mustang set one of the Ford hatchbacks that's got like all the brandings around it. So it's been really fun to do that. Like, but honestly,
that is fun. I love that.
I recommend it. Like,
I'm so glad you brought that up.
You can have a few wagons or whatever that are, they're based on that, and after a while, like basing it on everything, you get tired of looking it up, trying to match it to perfection. Like, just go for it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, just throw realism out the window, or throw accuracy out the window. Keep realism, throw accuracy out the window.
That's it.
You got to do that sometimes.
It's too good.
Love it. You got it. You got a question. Will you make Thomas for the memes?
Never.
Yeah,
ever.
there's your answer.
Ever. At Block Junction, the store that I currently am working with, William Elliott, the E2 is coming. It is coming. It will be soon.
You heard it here first.
I haven't done the renders. I just remembered. Whoops.
None of my subscribers are probably gonna buy it, but no, they probably will. I'd buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
You know what? You say that because it's British, but it's also you know what. So I think.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna buy it. I'm probably gonna buy that
because you can build it in blue, and you can build it in brown, which I really hope someone does build it.
You can build it. You could build it realistically.
Yep, or black.
That'd be cool. Or black, wartime black, of course, right?
Yeah, I don't call it wartime black. I call it cheap black. I think it's like everyone got sick of like painting and repainting all those beautiful liveries. It's like black. It's the easiest. Doesn't come up.
Makes sense too.
And I do like black locos. You know, like there's something gritty about them that makes them look really, you know.
Oh yeah, it's why I like building black steam locomotives the most. I mean, I built that. That should be black, but
yeah,
dark green I think is kind of a nice change.
Yeah, dark green's beautiful. Like I love building different. I think I've done every color of, you know.
You've done every color that you reasonably can already.
Dark green. I've done lime. I've done normal green, dark red, medium nougat, blue. I've got dark blue planned. What else?
You're light years ahead of me already.
Dark gray, light gray, brown.
You're light years ahead of me. I've done like dark green, black, brown, a little bit of dark red. That's it.
Come on.
That's like it. No, I'm like there's not that much else. All right, no, I've done orange. I have an orange reefer, and I've done a white and dark blue reefer.
What's the orange?
It's the one of the BMR refrigerator cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the BMR ones. Same with the blue and white. Yeah, those are both BMR.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Anyways,
but now all I want to do is build black. By the way, though.
Crusader for blue and gray. Thank you.
Okay, let's look at questions. Alternatively, you can do 5-wide macaroni boiler.
Somebody's asking about 5-wide boiler designs.
Oh, okay.
Andrew did the 5-wide on his what?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Awesome. I've used it.
It wasn't the Merchant Navy. What else? What was it?
Tornado.
That's not the macaroni.
Oh, not the macaroni. Sorry.
It's dark green 462.
I should know this. It's not Merchant Navy. I always get them confused. There's so many.
All right, I'm looking it up right now, and I'm gonna hate myself because I can't remember.
Andrew commented, "I'm not gonna look because I should know this."
Yeah, I know. I'm
Bully Pacific.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
What is it?
I'm gonna be so upset with myself because I very distinctly I remember the photo of it.
I look at it every night before I go to bed for comfort, so I should know what it is. Oh, man.
How is this so far? Oh, here it is. It is the Merchant Navy. I'm so mad.
It's the Merchant Navy.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Well, hey, we didn't get it wrong. We didn't get it wrong.
True. Anyways, yeah, that's such a good model. Andrew, I love your models. Please never stop building.
Don't stop believing. The boiler looks ludicrously part heavy and expensive.
Lego modeling is part heavy and expensive.
Lego is expensive.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Merchant Navy. Tornado is cheese. It's not cheese. It's beautiful.
Cheese boiler for the win.
Cheese boiler.
Dude, I have a whip of a cheese boiler that is tapered, and it's a 5-stud wide cheese boiler, and then the next like half step down in that, and then beyond that it is the 4-stud cylinder pieces. So I'll let you guess what I'm building. I've sent you a render of it a while back. Oh, sorry, I didn't know what this is.
But
I'm gonna have people guess because nobody's gonna get it.
No one's gonna get it.
Yeah, it's in our. I sent it to you on Facebook like a few months ago, and I just recently got. Did I send you the? Hold on.
I don't think you did actually.
I'm gonna send you a video.
You're lying to me.
I'm going to send you the video on Facebook right now, but I definitely sent you a render of it. There you go. I just sent you the video. This is what I did on Friday.
Hold up. Oh,
You'll recognize it.
dude. How'd you? Oh, I won't say anything. I'll talk to you after the show.
That's all right. I don't know how publicly consumable that
I think
that system is
publicly, but it's not.
I know I haven't shared it publicly, but I know like the electronics that I'm using in that are literally the only prototype in the world. So I'm not gonna go into that too much right now, but that's all right. But yeah, I did that on Friday because I got that package in the mail. So
who made the prototype?
Rob Hendricks, Lifelights.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, BritishBricks, you should build a BR standard class 4 tank engine, and you should attempt the NS3700, a Dutch steam loco. I definitely want to do a standard class soon. Probably not the tank engine. I don't know why. I've never really liked it. I've seen it before.
I have an unpopular opinion about British steam locomotives. I don't care much for the standard classes. Like with a couple of exceptions, I like the 9F incredibly. You know what? I love the 9F. I don't like the standard class 460s. I hate the way that front is sloped. I think it's not very attractive.
I can understand why you don't like that, but I absolutely love it. I think it's like the
opposite spectrum.
Especially like those ones that have got just the front.
Yep, it's literally just like a flat sheet metal front.
That is so cool to me. And they got this super high rim plate. They got this streamlined cab. You know what?
I don't like that as much.
Design perspective, because it's like steam trains, right? They're so like elegant in their shape, especially like older ones, right? Mm-hmm. But they slowly over time became more like modernized in the way they was shaped and formed. So like for some reason for them, they seem like almost so contemporary to me. Like I know they're not, like they're really old now. Mm-hmm. Right. They were built, I think the standard classes were built like from the 50s to the 60s. And I don't know why. They just look so modern for a steam train to me. Like they look so everything, it's a little less, wow, and more functional.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
I follow you entirely. I don't like it as much, with the exception of the 9F.
I understand why, but I think they're so cool.
So you're talking to somebody who is a diehard Stanier 5MT fan.
Yeah, I'm. There's going to be a point, and it's coming up soon. As soon as I finish the A4s, and as soon as I finish the Class 35. If I ever fix the V4, which is looking more and more unlikely.
No, I hope you do.
I hope I do, but it's
because that's such a cool thing. Because like, imagine building the V4 that they're gonna build after they finish Prince of Wales.
Anyway, as soon as I finish all that, there will be a stage, and I'm not kidding. I'm gonna build the 260 standard class tender engine.
I kind of like those.
I'm gonna build the 5MT, the one you don't like, the 460. I'm gonna build the 9F, and then that's gonna be like the 3 big projects I'm gonna just knock out.
Andrew is saying in the chat. I'm sorry, completely breaking your train of thought. Andrew said a Stanier Black 5 came and passed his window today, and I'm so upset. I would love to have seen that.
That's not even fair, Andrew.
Oh my goodness. I also just said I like the Stanier 5MT. It's entirely incorrect. It was a Stanier 5 Black 5. The 5MT is the standard.
The 5
is a standard design that I don't like.
The standard's cool, man.
Yeah. I probably should modify that statement to say I don't like the standard 460 locomotive.
Andrew's put pretty
That's
nicely. They have bibs.
man.
I like the bibs. Rock on the bibs.
Anyways, that was a fun conversation.
Hey, Dawson's on.
Dawson, what up, dude?
Sam's leaving. See you, Sam.
Dawson, I need to send you a photo after we're done. I meant to send you something that I've been working on, but I have completely just not. So there we go. I should go get my 10-wheeler. I haven't showed my 10-wheeler on my own. I showed my 10-wheeler on your stream before I showed it on anything on my channel yet.
I think you did too.
Yeah, I definitely did.
The views definitely went up too.
Yeah. I'm gonna fix that right now, though.
I'm looking up. Andrew says someone's built us. What's his YouTube account called again? Is it just? I can't find it. I'll have to look at it later, Andrew. But if he's built one, that's awesome.
I love the Black 5s. They're so nice.
The Black 5s are super nice. And everyone asks me all the time to build one. And I keep saying no.
It's not your thing, is it?
It's already been done. No, it's I mean, I wouldn't mind to build one, but I think they only want me to build one for you know what. And I'll keep saying no.
I mean, yeah, but also the Black 5s are cool.
They are cool, but I would never.
Everybody's just gonna make it green.
There's only one Black 5, and that's Andrew's. It's untouchable. Dude, you don't want to compete.
And Andrew's original Black 5 was incredible. Like at the time that model was built, it was so awesome. So it's still cool. Like I would love to see that. Like I want to go over to England and see all these fantastic builders in person, but I don't know if he's still got it, but I really want to. I would love to be able to see that model in person.
As soon as we can travel, we're gonna do a trip. We need to go to the UK during what is it called? The Great Western Brick Train Show or something like that.
Something like that.
Massive show.
Mm-hmm. You and I go to that or something together.
Let's do it. We need to plan this.
All right.
Boys on tour.
There we go.
We're going. We're doing this.
All right. It's just going to be hashtag Lego Boys on tour. LEGOBOIS on tour.
Man, I did. When did I go?
Still got it. He's still got the Black 5. Still got the original Black 5.
Still got it.
I'm so happy. You actually just made my night. I'm gonna be straight up honest. That original, like when I was looking through Brickshelf back in the day and I found that Black 5, like I fell in love with that model. It was so awesome. I'm glad you still have that.
That as well as City of Churu. If those models didn't exist, I probably never ever would have gone into Lego trains.
I feel that.
I never would have believed you could do something with Lego like that.
All these people that have been building for so long, such big inspirations.
Man, oh man.
Crazy. Hashtag Lego Boys on tour. We're doing that.
We gotta do it.
All right, I got my 10-wheeler.
And we gotta bring 2 trains at least, Glenn, when we come over.
I'm bringing this.
Yeah.
Bringing my 10-wheeler.
You know what you need to bring, actually?
What do I need to bring?
Bring the S160.
I can bring that. That's pretty easily.
I mean, hello. It
would be fitting bringing it there. Fitting.
We could find one and take a photo with it.
Yeah, in operating condition.
Think about that.
In operating condition. We've got one. Actually, I was hanging out with an S160 today.
Andrew, do you want to get on the stream? I don't know what time.
Yeah, dude, join us. Like, seriously. We'll have you on stream right now.
Let's go. We do this.
We'll have you on stream right now. I've never streamed with Andrew. This would be fantastic.
We need to. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have through the LNUR podcast.
I don't even know. I don't think I've even done that. I'm sorry, I did. We talked about on Trainber, and
we talked about it too.
Back,
and This was sort of out of the blue. I texted this to
dude.
him last night.
Last time we did it on your channel, and Kale joined us all of a sudden. So
yeah, I mean, this stream wasn't really planned. Like last
what are we
night,
using the chat? I'll send you. If you get on Facebook, I'll send you a stream link.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is gonna happen now. Let's go.
We got home 12 o'clock in the morning. I texted Glenn. I was like, Glenn, we got to do a stream.
Dude, it was literally like 9:30 this morning for me. I was like, all right, we're doing this. We're doing this tonight, I guess.
We got to lock it in. We have to.
Oh, I'm glad you messaged me. All right, Andrew, I just sent you a stream link.
We're using
as soon as Andrew joins, boom, 2K watching. That would be a record. That would set all kinds of records, especially considering I don't even have 1,500 subscribers.
2K watching. How do you not have 10K, man?
I don't know. I'm not worried about that.
Trust me, you're gonna peak. You're gonna peak really. Or you're gonna wake up overnight and it's gonna go because of this, but it's gonna come.
Owen, it's easy. Just go on your browser, search StreamYard, put in your email. It'll email you an access code, and then you can link your YouTube channel and stream in all of about 5 minutes.
See, your videos
easy peasy.
Views.
What's that?
You got pretty good views.
I do all right.
You do good.
I'm like never. You don't have to install anything, Andrew. By the way, I just answered his Facebook message just vocally. Yeah, I do all right. Like I never focus on like views or comments or likes or anything like that. But I just like the thing about it for me is just like, all right, cool. I have something that I can record to make a video for, and it's just all right, cool. I'll edit it together and post it. Just answer the comments on that. Like that's entirely my YouTube theory in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So I could try a lot harder and do a lot better, but
you could. You don't.
There are some more well-rounded. There are some more well-rounded people in this world that build and edit well. I am not collecting a YouTube check every month. I have never gotten money from YouTube.
No.
I've never gotten money from YouTube. I don't ever plan to make money from YouTube.
I hate ads so much that
exactly. I am never going to purposefully monetize my videos with how much I hate ads.
You monetize your videos. I think you're just setting yourself up for YouTube just to put their hand on the back of your neck and work you like a puppet. Like they got all.
Like I hate it.
If they don't like one thing in your video, like they will like bombard.
Exactly. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
I don't want that. Like they'll take your video off, they'll mute it, they'll review it, they'll take ages to review it. Like I don't want that. Like,
are you guys ready for some never before seen content on this channel? Andrew, you're on stream now.
Hey, it's me.
Andrew's on stream, guys. This is groundbreaking stuff. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right, now I've got to leave you guys alone for a minute because I have to. I'll be right back.
Where you going?
Yeah, I gotta go do something really important. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
How are you doing, Sam?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Andrew. How are you? It's been
tired. It's just gone 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not quite sure how long I'll stay on. But
is it Sunday tomorrow for you or Monday?
It's Sunday tomorrow, as in Sunday after I wake up. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's technically Sunday now. Yeah.
You can sleep in.
I can sleep in. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, we're right then. Perfect. Yep. We can go for another couple of hours.
We'll see.
We'll see. Oh man! What have you been working on, man? What's been going on?
In terms of like hobby stuff, I spent the last couple of weeks, apart from just being busy with other things, sorting out my Great Central Railway video that I uploaded on Friday.
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful video, man. You had it like perfectly timed that video because it was sort of, I couldn't tell, it was sort of like going sundown, and it was. I don't know. It just looks so majestic when you take the footage.
Yeah. So I actually went for a ride on the Friday evening after work, and that was when the sun was kind of setting. That was a really nice time to go.
It was beautiful. Great video.
Check it out. And then I spent the next 2 days after that kind of visiting in the middle of the day to get the outside shots of the trains coming and going. So
you are just so unbelievably lucky that you can just go out and see it in person and.
Well, I obviously I wasn't able to do that for like a year or so. Because of,
well, nobody
obvious
was,
stuff.
so
no one could really, but
so yeah, it's nice to get back there.
the heritage rail scene in Britain is so nice compared to the United States, especially right now. I'm jealous.
Yeah, you do have some stuff going on, don't you?
pretty good stuff.
We've got some good stuff. Can I just say also we've got a stream full with an American, an Englander, and an Australian at the same time. This is fantastic.
Finally achieved it.
This is awesome.
We've done it. That's it.
Three continents ticked off.
Mm-hmm.
Just need someone from Africa and
there we go.
Africa, Antarctica.
We need a Russian builder, we need an African builder, and then we need what's the continent we're missing? South America, and then we need like the one AFOL in Antarctica, and we'll be all set.
The one. Do they exist? I'm sure there's.
Oh my word.
The niche. It's a very niche. But you know what? It's growing, I reckon. Definitely get more popularity. Hopefully.
Andrew, I'm so happy to hear that you still have your original Black 5.
So in terms of the locos I've built, like there was some stuff I built like when I was really young that wasn't really like proper locos, just some random outline stuff. But everything you see on Flickr that's like a proper model of a loco I've still got. Yeah, and of course, quite a few of them have like rebuilt. Like the Black 5 is the third version of it.
Yeah, but that's the third version. That's from when? Like it hasn't come since the third version, and that's been a while now.
Yeah, I think.
And it still looks like
look at my pictures.
It was built yesterday. Like
I'm logging into Brickshelf right now.
Oh yeah, Brickshelf's still going.
It is still there.
Yeah, Brickshelf.
I think the third version of Black 5 was 2013. So yeah, about eight years now. It doesn't feel like 8 years old.
I've never really used Brickshelf.
Brickshelf was the thing before Flickr was a thing, I think.
Yeah, you're pretty much right on that. All right, let me see if I can do this.
I used Mock Pages.
Mock Pages.
They deleted it. What happened? It was just gone. Like I know I got rid of my account.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful shit. Wow.
That's the first version. So yeah, you can see it's like nice and blocky, lots of simple slopes.
Yeah, but dude, this is awesome though. You put Valve gear on it though, man. And this when was this? Hang on, let's see if where's the date on here? 2007. Look at that. This is a 2007 model.
Not just that. Look at the line on the tender and the cab. Like, are you kidding me?
I think that was like the first model I designed fully in LDD. Like I did the West Country class in LDD, but that was like only sort of half hashed out.
Right.
So I did that one properly, and then probably one of the first locos I used Big Ben Bricks wheels on as well.
There you go. That's because all that they had at that time was just the small wheels here, the large wheels, and then the medium wheels.
Yeah.
Wow. What a trip through history.
God, I was a baby back then. 2000.
That was when I used to take models of pictures in the garden as well. That was like my photo setup.
YouTube throwback Lego trains in the garden. Can we be honest here? Who hasn't seen that video?
Like millions of views.
Yeah, like seriously.
They're huge. They're up with the Disc Railway series. Like,
oh my word.
Oh, that was a classic too. Yeah.
Dude, imagine if we get Turbo J in here one day.
Matt. Yeah,
imagine if we get. I'm friends with Matt on Facebook. I messaged him like a month back or so. He's still doing good.
I couldn't help myself. I was like, "How's it going? How's the film going?" I'll send him.
He's got a girlfriend in America, so I think he's probably wanting to get back over there in the near future.
There you go. Well, tell him to look me up.
As long as he can't leave though, because then he needs the desk. He can't. If he moves house, or
do they have desks in America?
I mean, if they didn't, my setup would be on the floor.
Look at this: Steam Trains in the Garden, 638,000 views. Steam Trains in the Garden, 593,000 views. Someone's ripped him off too, doing Lego Garden Railway, and he's just used like just Lego sets, and somehow he's racked up 12.
Lego Trains in the Garden comes up as an autocomplete for me as well.
There's some amazing other outside Lego stuff. Like there's, I think it's in Switzerland. That guy's got the railway that's like in the mountain area.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
Like, I want to probably. Is there like photos of it, like really good photos? Because like the builds are amazingly good. Like the bridge was so detailed. I remember.
Are you talking about? I think you're talking about. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. Varda Furrer. I know she's got like a large scale garden Swiss-based railway, and it
was on what's his name YouTube's channel, the banana guy.
That's the thumbnail that I was just looking at.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the
thumbnail that I was just looking at.
Really
I want to see that in real life if I ever get the chance. That's so cool.
Man,
shall I go and grab the Black 5 if you want to see it?
Please.
What's that?
Shall I go grab the Black 5?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Okay.
You know where it is. All right.
Take
your time.
Take your time.
This is fantastic.
It's funny we bring those videos up. Like, YouTube's weird, man. Like, you could have me, and Andrew, right? We got beautiful, detailed mocks up there that are all in their own one of a kind, right? Because they're mocks. And, we get modest views, but someone will just take a video of like their Lego city train set going around a garden.
Yeah, and the cool thing,
and then they get like 2 million views, and you think,
I'm going to make a comment on that, and I don't want this to be interpreted negatively at all. It's the videos that get shared by pages like Beyond the Brick.
Yeah. See,
because what Beyond the and this is not supposed to be taken in a negative light at all. Beyond the Brick will repost those same videos. And and Beyond the Brick is a very good generic Lego page. So you're going to get all kinds of different Lego based content, but still they're going to take those same videos and reshare them like at once, like 2 months apart, the same video post. And like I follow them on Facebook because I'm halfway interested in the in the analytics, but I see like the same video getting shared over and over again. It's still got thousands of likes on it.
We're talking about videos, Andrew, that it's like, we post videos of our mocks, and we're all proud of our mocks. Like you and Glenn, like some of the best mocks in the world, and yet somehow a guy taking a video of his Lego City train set going around the garden, and all that, they'll just rack up the views, and it.
Oh yeah, there's no real logic to like views on YouTube. Some things just blow up.
Yeah.
And also, there's definitely no correlation between like how much effort you put into a video and how many views it gets, or how popular it is.
If I wanted,
does the algorithm like you or does it not like you?
I don't know. It's like if I wanted 20 million views on my channel, all I would need to do is buy a Lego City train set, put some track on a beach, run it straight into the ocean, and you've instantly got
half a million views right there. 500,000 views.
Anything to do with trains like getting destroyed or crashing, that's definitely a way to get big views.
The guy, Banana Berman, who did the loop on his stairs, like to his credit, that's actually entertaining to watch. But like that kind of thing, and not like it's entertaining stuff, but like I would much rather see somebody building like the next level of realism and like. Anyways. Have you got your Black 5?
I do, yes. Just another quick note about YouTube videos. My most popular video is the Back to the Future one, where I recreate the scene at the end of it.
Because that's exactly what people want to watch.
Glenn, have you seen the film yet?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know what happens at the end of the film?
I've seen that scene.
All right, you know what? When we're doing our trip to the UK, you're watching it on the plane. You're watching all through the plane. And I'll make sure you watch it.
Yeah. Oh my point was going to be that video is my most popular video, and it's in 360p resolution. Or at least it was recorded.
I'm looking at it right now. It's a 56-second video. You uploaded it on August 24, 2013. So that's getting on 8 years old. And it is a 360. Actually, I've got it in 720p here. We're getting really fancy now. 56-minute video. Oh my word.
Would you be really upset, Andrew, if I made the exact same video with my Sierra 3?
You cut well.
It's easy.
You're copying 20th Century Fox. You're not copying him.
Absolutely gorgeous model. I wouldn't want to see that model thrown out the window like I did.
Didn't you build yours specifically for the purpose of being able to rebuild it pretty quickly?
Yeah, so I literally just built it from bits I had in like an afternoon, and then I had to rebuild it a couple of times. I think I've did it twice out of the window for the actual shots, and I think it also fell out the window by accident
I was about to
once.
say, I'm pretty sure I remember there was one take where it just went off, and then you hear the beep.
I'm gonna as soon as we look at your black. Well, we can do that before because we're on the topic. I'm gonna see if I can screen share that video right now so we can all enjoy this. Yeah, I think. Hold on, let me make sure.
So
I'm learning a lot about StreamYard today and how to do this effectively. All right, can you guys see that? We're on Andrew's channel. All right, cool. Here we go.
Go watch the video too.
I'm gonna mute it just in case, but there it is.
It's a good video to watch though. Like that's actually entertaining. You know,
this is fantastic.
Well, it's not a Lego set, so I think the wow factor goes up.
Dude, look at that.
Dude, I couldn't do that. That gives me like,
it's funny to watch different bits of the engine flying in different directions. So like there's the chassis, there's the boiler, there's the cab. I don't know why I added this bit at the end where it just reverses, it just seems to work.
It does.
And then you can see like behind the scenes of me
filming.
Oh yeah.
I thought the Lego Top Gear train crash was your most popular video, or it was
for a while.
That I remember watching that video back in the day.
Oh my god, that's another OG.
Oh my
This is going back a few years.
Yeah, seriously.
That was an awesome show, Top Gear.
Next thing you know, we're going to be watching the entire Desk Railway series on stream.
There's one video which I've been talking to some of the LNUR guys about. You might have seen there's a British film of them crashing a train into a nuclear flask container.
Yeah.
I don't know
if you've heard of that one. There's something you can look up later, I guess. But we considered doing that in Lego at some point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, we should probably got the Black 5 here. It's a bit hard to hold all at once. But,
so that's nice. That's the new version.
Cool. Smooth it is. Like, far out. You couldn't tell
that.
My camera's not particularly great.
That's all right.
That's maybe a bit better. Yeah, so it's got the like arch pieces for the main bit of the boiler.
Yep.
Cheese boiler for the smoke box.
Hang on, let me see if I can.
That model is just.
That's not what I want to do.
So perfect. Like, far out.
Hang on.
I'm longing to see it in person. Like.
My camera's
there you go.
My camera's mirrored, so it moves the opposite direction to I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
it's tender.
I love that.
Oop.
There, you can see it.
This is like when we were talking last time, Glenn, about like how if sets of like Andrew's Black 5s were just available, that's all I'd buy. I wouldn't build mods. I'd just buy that. I'd buy like 5 too, and that's my like railway done. I'd weather one.
I've got like all of my locos here, so if there's any others you want to see, I mean, I might as well show off this one because this is my sort of pride and joy now.
Oh, the new Tornado.
Oh, God.
Winner of the 2020 Brick Train Awards for Best Steam Locomotive in Europe. And a deserving win. That one beat out like the 90 other tornadoes that were submitted.
Actually,
I think there was literally about 5 tornadoes that were entered, yeah.
I say, how did that not win? But the competition, again, was amazingly good this year. So
I love
it
that.
Was very close. It was.
That's fantastic.
Man. You know what? I'm seriously starting to think, because, you know, with EVIX tracks coming out soon, I'm thinking about just putting 9-volt motors in all my tenders and sort of just giving up.
You're seriously retrofitting all of your stuff.
I am, but it looks so good. It's not for like, it's more nostalgic purposes. Like,
I get it. It's just like, why?
I mean? But
I kind of do, but at the same time, no, I don't at all.
I like the P2's tender, but I like that more.
It will be interesting when BritishBricks eventually comes up there or brings out their motor. Yeah, that's what they're planning to do.
That'll be nice. I'm kind of looking forward to that, even as much of a non-9-volt guy as I am. I want to see that, and I want to mess around with it a little bit.
Well, maybe if you do like, if it's like you can change like the wheel size on the motors, maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool. 'Cause then I could do like M wheels, and then I could kind of integrate it a bit better.
I think a lot of people are into like the L size drivers in a train motor, and like it kind of works, but like at the same time you use a lot of torque.
It doesn't work from my experience.
I've got my this is currently my only Power Functions loco. It's the
See,
old
that
London,
would work for that.
old
Right?
London
Doesn't that use that?
It's dark red wheels now.
Oh yeah, it's got dark red wheels. But yes, it uses the wheels directly on the motor. And
how is that worked out in that application?
Terribly. It zooms on the straights and then grinds to a halt around the curves. So
it's
not
good.
About as expected.
So you got one's a flange wheel, but the front's blind, is it?
Yeah, that's the same thing I use for all my 440s is flange, blind, and then single bovey pivot.
I mean, it works the best.
Same thing I use for Truro, City Truro.
Yeah.
And also my my modded Disney loco.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the same thing.
You pay for that then? Oh no, because the motor's in the tender. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My City Truro model I haven't seen in about a year and a half because I lent it to someone to display in a Lego store, and same with my Merchant Navy, and it's been displayed, but I just haven't got it back yet. It's with some friends. It's all safe, but
I guess in that time I guess you certainly didn't have quite as much of a use for it or need for it. I guess.
No.
I've run stuff at home, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got asked when I finished 13 in 2019. I actually was solicited by the Adam Reed Tucker's Museum in Chicago to display 13 there, and I basically wrote him back in politely. Of course, I told him no. That I built this locomotive as a model steam locomotive. I appreciate that. I like that you appreciate it, but I'm not going to send you my brand new steam locomotive to display for a year when I haven't operated it myself at all. It's brand new. I'm particularly strong feelings about that, but it's a steam locomotive. I'm not building it as like a Lego mock, if you know what I mean.
I'm trying to find.
I feel like there's so many things that I could show on stream right now, but most of those just aren't finished yet. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't really have much to show in terms of projects. I mean, I made a prototype chassis last year, I think. This is hopefully there you go. Hopefully, eventually going to be a Austerity 280.
Oh, nice!
Oh, you've started
dark blue and all that.
Hang on.
Got as far as making a prototype chassis basically, because I've never built a Power Functions loco like this before with the normal style motor.
It's a start.
One problem I did have, and you might be able to help me with this. I'm using the ball and socket joint for the front axle, and also I'm using the 9-volt wheels in those little 1x2 plates with rails to hold them in.
Yep.
The problem I have is if it goes over a point and the point blade is the other way, so it has to spring back. It derails this because this one just kind of rides over the top of the rail rather than springing the blade.
Yeah, it's just not heavy enough.
I was thinking maybe I could
probably too much vertical motion.
Yeah, maybe if I could constrain it from moving upwards too much, that might help.
That and the fact that it doesn't weigh a lot kind of play negatively with each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
especially those springs and those turnouts are actually particularly strong. You'd think that they wouldn't be able to do that, but they certainly can. So.
Oh, it's all plastic, so it's like the weights.
Playing with circuit cubes as well.
Oh, nice!
Just a little quick 060 chassis I made just after I got it. So
nice.
I geared the motor up so that it runs a bit faster. That seemed to work okay.
Are they? I've heard that those are kind of strong.
They're good,
moderately strong.
Yeah, I think they got some decent grunt to them.
Nice.
Speed's probably the only thing like they don't have. Like it's good for like shunting locos. Like
Yeah, perfect
Yeah.
application is something that you want to like use your. I mean, I don't like using my phone, but like you're not going to control it for just hours and hours and hours on end. You're going to like use it to like run back and forth a little bit, and then like not use it for a while.
Yeah.
I give it a shot for that. I just really hate using my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's hard. Well, it's like
I'll tell you what though. I'm gonna grab. I do have. So the 10-wheeler that I showed just a moment ago is one of my Brick Train Awards entries. So there's sort of a photo of that floating around on the internet, which means that I can. It's sort of in public knowledge, but I've got another. Yeah, kind of not, kind of is, kind of not. But this was so that was one. The Mohawk was the second that was successful, I guess, and then this was the third.
Yeah.
Wow. One of my two Southern Pacifics.
It's very impressive.
So, thank you. I've got another one just like this that I'm trading, and I'm kind of hate to give it up at that point. But
what are you trading it for?
Another 280. See if I get the good light on it. I put a very ridiculous amount of flex tube on these two locomotives.
I was about to say, like, just the shine from it. You can see where the flex tube is. My God.
It's basically underneath. It's the same locomotive that is the one that I built on commission, but this is just the actual Southern Pacific version.
Oh, okay.
It's got. I painted the front a sort of flat metallic silver.
Is it metallic?
You can kind of see. Well, yeah, that's very shiny.
Ooh,
yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, that's like metallic silver, and then the side is just dark bluish gray. But
that's nice.
That's semi in the public knowledge. So why not show it off on stream a little bit? I guess. I just need a custom battery connector for that, and then it should be done. As long as well as the other 280.
I'm just looking at the comments. Owen asked how close I am to the Great Central Railway. I live in Derby, if you know where that is. It takes about 20 minutes to get to Loughborough by train from Derby. And then the actual GCR is again about a 20-minute walk from the mainline station. So, and also I have to get to Derby station in the first place. I don't drive, so I'm kind of limited to public transport.
Not close, but close. Closer than I am.
Close enough.
Oh, lucky man. Andy, what do you think of the white for the 35? Mainly because I wasn't sure if I wanted to paint it or not.
What do I think of the white?
Yeah.
I think it looks quite nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, sort of classic blue diesel type thing. As opposed to yellow, you mean?
Yeah, I started with the yellow, but I couldn't be faffed making another bloody sticker for the windshield piece. So, I don't know.
I think it looks all right in white, to be honest.
Looks all right.
This is a you guys conversation.
Yeah. You can comment. You can say if you like it or not. Did you see with the yellow Glenn on Flickr?
No, but I'm gonna in a second.
I had the A4 around. I don't know where it went.
I'm so happy that the A4 exists.
My A4s are coming.
I'm
not happy with it though.
I like the white better.
Okay.
Actually, I like actually in that photo that you've got on Flickr, I like the all blue version the most. But that's on your computer screen. But that's just me.
Dark green.
That's just me. I do like the white though. I would go blue, white, yellow, top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone in the chat was asking, does the Disney train come with blind drivers? I think any Lego set that uses those kind of drivers, they come in those like pre-packs that have 2 flanged and 1 blind. So you get that in the Disney one. So yeah, it does come with blinds.
Yep. Lego's kind of nicely thinking of us with that.
Yeah, because I remember with the, was it the Lone Ranger set? You got a spare blind drivers as well. Because you're right. Comes in the packs.
Well, they used it was the Toy Story train. You got spare blind red wheels.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm actually really glad now that the L drivers are back in kind of like regular stock because of the crocodile.
Yeah, they were getting expensive for a while, and then
Yeah, because
crocodile's just like, boom, here's a couple to even it out.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Like there's always big bin bricks, but they don't have the.
I just got a text from a friend. The Southern Pacific painted the front of the smoke boxes aluminum for visibility and a graphite for the rest of it. So there you go.
Oh, so just the front is
just
chrome.
The front, the smoke box. Yep, aluminum technically.
Aluminum, yeah. Sorry, is like the sides as well. Like
no, it's literally just the front face.
That's interesting. I like
it is. That. Yeah, it's very, very Southern Pacific-y.
I'll take your word.
Yeah, I know that's not your guys' strong suit. I got the text from one of my friends who's watching the stream right now, and he texted me that he's a particularly big fan of the Southern Pacific. So
here's the A4 and blue bit in.
Very nice.
Yeah,
good turn. Oh, look at that.
So
maybe
no more pilot truck.
This is
Big Ben XXLs using.
Yeah. So the front's that. Hang on. This is what
It's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so hard. Okay. What am I? I need like a pointer or something because if I move it again, I'll lose it. What the hell? It's so
we'll get there eventually.
The front of the loco, right? This is. I wish it was like there's like a plate thickness that's above the slope bricks. Yeah, there we go. And I want to just make it so these slopes are like flush to it. So in order to do that, I've got to lift these like wedges up a plate and then remove that one plate. And then apart from that, I've also got to. Where's the dark grey one? Seriously. Oh, here it is.
He's gonna go find it now.
Yeah. So, like, I don't hate what I've done for the firebox, but I don't love it. Like, you can see here, like, the gap.
I see what you're talking about.
Like, you know.
Right in front of the flare, or above the flare, I guess.
It doesn't look too bad, like, on an angle. Like, when you're looking up at it, like, it's okay. But on, like, a direct view, you notice it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had that, then I'd be happy with it. I mean, my Tornado has loads of gaps around the firebox area, so I think you're doing pretty well.
That's such like. I'm kind of glad that I don't have to deal with that in the models that I choose to build. Honestly, because like that's one of the things that I've noticed a lot. Well, I'm sure everybody has, but like the way that those fireboxes kind of like they come down in like an angle and then they curve at the bottom along that sort of like very smooth and curved running board. I don't envy you guys that model that.
LNER engines are the only ones that are like that though, right? Because like their fireboxes, they always dip down and then they've got like, because they got the streamlined cabs, they, intersect like that. Whether like, standard engines and LMS engines, their fireboxes kind of sit up on the running board. So they don't like curve down, which is like the tricky part.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what a coronation looks like, but I think the running board is just straight to the cab.
Yeah.
I think the merchant navies and the standards are like that, where the running board's just straight.
They still like the cab still, is streamlined. So you still got to account for that, but you don't have to worry about like that curved angle that all the LNER engines have. It's a pain. It really is, but hopefully I can figure it out soon.
Sam, have you figured out a way to put the full skirt on the sides of those engines yet? Or has that even been like on your radar for your A4 project at all?
I think I sent a photo to Nick a long time ago now, like before lockdown, maybe during lockdown, of me attempting to do that. And like, it's okay, but it sticks out a lot. Like it really It's not 7 wide anymore. Like these aren't 7 wide. These are like 7.5 or something, I think. So
I wouldn't call you out on it.
you can do it. I wanted to have it open just so you could have more intricate running gear. If I were to do it, I'd probably just have the one connecting rod and none of the valve gear because you wouldn't see it.
That makes the most sense. That's what I did on the K4 too. I just have the connecting rods on the main rod.
And that was
I would love to put the valve gear on it, but there's no space. Like I'd have to make the skirts 11 studs wide.
That was like when I was doing the coronation class, which is really Andrew's design. I tried to like sneak some sort of valve gear on it, but I just couldn't really sneak it in. So
it is difficult. The 10-wheeler is an 8 wide model. The valve gear on that sticks out to 10, and I'm kind of annoyed about it. Like if you were to look at it straight on, you'll see the valve gear yokes are like, yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's like if I did this, essentially.
Yeah.
My face is 8 studs wide, and then my ears are an extra stud on each side.
Is this
that's gonna be a quote that's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life, I'm sure. Anyways, valve gear is difficult.
It has been tempting at times just to say sod it and build something in 8 wide rather than doing
Join the dark side. Join the dark side. Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
The main reason I don't do it is because it wouldn't look right next to my other stock, particularly my 6 wide carriages, because I still have 6 wide carriages, and also just layouts. They wouldn't fit on layouts in the UK.
Those are good points.
If you make 8 wide, you got to make everything bigger, and when you make everything bigger.
Oh yeah, and obviously wider means longer, and obviously with the Lego curves or standard curves at least.
I mean,
which most people are using. I mean, you're still running 9 volts, so a lot, but
yeah, it's coming back.
You got.
I have some FX 9-volt track on order.
I've got a prototype piece sitting right there, but that's about all I have.
Power functions is outdated, Glenn. You're behind now. This is what I've been trying to tell you. You got to catch up again.
I refuse to accept that reality.
I think that's a lot of people at the moment. Like
I still like being able to use an L motor. I love L motors a lot. Actually, I like being able to do this with an L motor.
What have you done?
Something that is much easier to use than the stupid 2x2.5 by 2 plate by 3 by brick high technically power functions connector. This is so much easier. This is actually that Southern Pacific that I showed. This is what I need to do on all of the connection points between the engine and tender, and then between the receiver and the battery.
Do you use like S brick or the PFX brick?
Not in my own models.
No.
I tried using an S brick in that Pennsylvania J1 back when that was a project that I had work going. And PFX I have not used on my own. I would actually have a model that I need to put a PFX brick into, but so that will be my first experience with owning a PFX brick. But beyond the BMR-T1, I've never used one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like as soon as 9-volt comes back in, and they're really getting going with like the switches and everything. Talking about FX track here.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try and experiment with DCC fitting and all that.
I really do too.
Like the final step in Lego train modeling. If we can get that.
I really agree. And it's I was working on with my 10-wheeler actually. One of my goals for it was to try and get a really, really good control and sound system in it. And I got the basis there, but I ran into some problems that I haven't been yet able to fix. But I have replacement parts for that now. I just need to find the time to actually sit down and figure it out. But I was actually I'll see if I can quickly dig out the controller. This was going to be my controller.
Yeah.
It's the radio equipped air wire system.
Yeah.
So, and you can set this up. You can customize this. You can customize it. But this is basically a radio. This is a radio transmitter. The air wire board is a Shoot, I forget how to turn the stupid thing off. The AirWire board is a radio receiver, which then converts into a DCC signal. So
Okay.
that's what I would like to do. I just haven't sat down and like messed around with the replacement parts that I have to try and actually make it work properly. But that was one of my goals for the 10-wheeler, and it just didn't work out yet. So, but I think I agree with you though. I think that's like the last step in Lego train control. Is something like DCC in some capacity, like whether it's track powered or battery radio control.
Like it's been hard for us because like we've gone through so many changes, and Lego hasn't made it really easy. Because first there was the big power functions player, right? Like that came in and that was huge, and then people started to like build around that, right? Like they were buying 3D printed track, like just the track was huge, and like even I got on it big because I thought I was just going to start building power functions. And then, you know, the 9 volts slowly came back with like announcements and stuff, and you sort of prepared yourself for that. And
then
that's kind of where we are right now. We're waiting to see basically.
Yeah, exactly.
We're basically just waiting to see what BritishBricks can do. I mean, I know I certainly take their word for what they say they're going to do, but
I think we're relying on them. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're going to all of a sudden jump ship like Lego and go, okay, we're not doing this.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, like
you're totally right.
They've got a plan, and I think they're really sticking to it. And like, there's no way they're going to cop out like that. I think that's going to be the strongest marketable thing for like Lego train fans, like in the future. Like that'll be
long term. You're probably right. Yeah. Just getting to that point where everybody can do that comfortably is going to be really difficult.
Because I don't think, because you know, power function's still great, and there's so many awesome like plastic track companies like Brick Tracks and Trick Bricks and all that, right? And they produce awesome stuff, but at the same time, like now that power functions are slowly dying out, it's becoming incredibly hard to like get hold of because like the price is going up, and no one really wants to use powered up because that's absolute trash.
Not for what we're trying to do with it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's too little of a platform to do it for all that kind of stuff. So it's hard, you know.
We've talked about it a few times on the LNUR podcast about the different power systems, and yeah, powered up in general has a lot of limitations. It has some advantages over power functions.
I totally agree. There's some good things about it, but
it just the final thing didn't, you know, it won't be as good as 9-volt or power functions. Like I liked it at the start, and I thought it was actually a good idea, but I don't know. Like, and then you got the whole problem like going to shows and stuff, and it copying out of all the frequencies going on.
Yeah, I'm next time I go to a show, I'm definitely interested to see how powered up works because I haven't really had a chance to do that yet.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It is
interesting.
It was funny. Lego posted something on Twitter the other day, and I was going to call them out, but I don't want to be on their bad book. It was like, they did some tweet like, you know, they do those like promo tweets of like, look what you can do with Lego with the new power function system. But I was like, that's not power function. That's powered up.
You should have done that because the PR person just completely got the name wrong.
It's like, oh man. Hopefully they bring power functions back for a lot of fans, like, or maybe just do, you know, have the opportunity to have like the remote control and Bluetooth, which is is that what powered up is? Like,
it's Bluetooth.
It's just Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's only Bluetooth. Yep.
See, they need IR and Bluetooth, and then maybe it would be better.
That's what PFX-Brick is doing right now.
That's exactly.
I've no experience with the Bluetooth side of it, but the IR, I mean, IR is IR.
Yeah.
Like the IR and PFX works really well by comparison to the IR and stock power functions, but like even still, you're limited to line of sight operation.
That's it.
Bluetooth, you're not, but in a crowded convention hall, Bluetooth signals get jumbled up really easily.
Yeah.
This is a thing in convention stores, as you say, yeah, that's the problem with Bluetooth, but you also have the problem that IR signals just get lost in big halls.
Yeah. your train's
right.
all way the other side of the layout, and you're trying to chase it.
Yeah, you're literally trying to chase it down, slamming that
Oh.
emergency stop button with your thumb.
By the time you catch up, it's still, my model's
Because as well as doing trains, I do the robot combat stuff as well. So like fighting
nice.
these things against each other. This is my pneumatic flipper.
I love that.
Yeah, we've always had problems with signals because most of us use the power functions in the hall. It works absolutely fine at home, but then these just start wandering off on their own.
You can't have that when robots are literally smashing your thing together.
Yeah,
you don't want wayward robots that are built to mess other robots up.
I want to go see that. So Andrew, we're talking about a trip here, potential trip to the UK. When's the best time to come to a show? Or I think it was
I saw an announcement from today, because at the moment there's the fan weekend happening in Portugal. I think while they were there today, someone announced that there's going to be a event in Manchester in February 2022. So that's an option. That's maybe a bit early. I don't know. And it's also in a really cold part of the year here because it's the middle of winter in England. Obviously you're talking earlier about the Great Western Brick Show. That's always the first weekend of October. The trouble with that one is it's mostly limited to members of the lug called British, basically because space is really limited. So
maybe we just proxy member for that year or something.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what there is really in terms of other big events that's worth coming to.
So it's just hard. You gotta wait.
We'll figure one out for sure.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I don't think this year's going to happen. Like it's probably still a while off till we can actually go and.
Yeah, you might not be too far off.
I was supposed to be in America literally at the moment. I had trip plans to do because I'm quite a roller coaster enthusiast, so we're going to be doing a trip around the Midwest. But that's basically been pushed back a year, so I'm going there in 2022 now.
Will you be going to Cedar Point?
Yes, that's the kind of finale of the trip.
Look me up. Look me up when you go. I'll meet you there.
That'll be cool. Are you kind of close to that area?
What's that?
How far are you from Cedar Point?
Close enough that I can make it for a day.
Okay.
So I don't mind driving. I don't mind driving
in America.
A little bit.
That's relatively close then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't mind driving a little bit for a day like that. So you let me know, and I will. I'll try to make that work.
Yeah. This is the trouble with America is there's so many parks I want to go to, but you just can't do them all at once because
right about that.
The country's too big.
You picked out. What are the big parks? Surely Orlando, Florida, Universal Studios.
Well, yeah, Florida's is kind of own thing, so you have to do Florida as a trip. But,
that's
the ones
true.
we're doing are in the Midwest. I think it's called the Midwest. Basically, starting off we're flying into Chicago, and then doing. I don't know. Are you familiar with lots of the parks, Glenn? It sounds like you are.
Some of them. I know where some of them are.
This is turning into a roller coaster podcast now.
We weren't specific on topic from the start, so you're fine.
Okay. Yeah. So so parks we're doing: Six Flags Great America, Six Flags St. Louis.
Six Flags St. Louis. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's cool. And then we're doing Indiana Beach.
Nice.
We're doing Kentucky Kingdom. We're doing Holiday World.
Yeah.
Kings Island and Cedar Point. So yes, it's basically a club based in the UK, and we're calling it the American Dream Trip.
I love that.
It literally is.
Cool. That's awesome.
I've always wanted to go to some American theme parks.
Well, look me up when you're in Cedar Point. We'll try to make that work.
It's going to be, as I say, this time next year, so mid-June.
Mid-June, I can probably swing mid-June next year. Keep me updated on that.
Beautiful. So when are you guys coming to Australia then? Huh?
Dude, I don't know.
Well, you guys got the
year now. I know.
The big event is it January? You normally have the big event.
What was the one that you guys had like the photos from like a month ago or so? Like Tonus posted a bunch of photos, or somebody did.
Melbourne Fair.
What was the one that you ran your? You posted.
Convention. Sorry, you're
That's
Lego.
what it was.
I'm thinking of like roller coaster shows in Australia.
No. We're back on Lego now. We're back on Lego now.
We're back on Lego. Okay.
Stick with the program, man.
There are some good roller coasters in Australia. Like have you heard of DC Rivals?
Yeah, I'd definitely say America's got the best roller coasters though. Like they rock it out. But no, awesome Lego shows. Brickvention's definitely one you guys have got to come.
That's the one that I was trying to think of.
It is massive. Like it's huge.
Is that the one in kind of January sort of time?
Yeah, January or it's early Feb. Maybe I think it's like late Jan, early Feb. It goes on for like a couple of weeks because it's so big.
Wow.
It's awesome, and the best part is like the train club gets the biggest like layout together. Like it's like 40 people coming together, and everyone's got a module. And some people's modules are like 4 or 5 tables big, and it's crazy. It's awesome to watch. And if you guys came down, like we definitely like put your models on, and because they love anyone at the club. Like if you've got a good model, they'll just adore it. So you guys got to come, Jan. Then
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. I think I'm friends with a guy called David Tabner. Don't know if you know him. I think he's been there for the last few years.
Yeah,
so,
I know the name.
Yeah, he'd probably be able to help me go if I wanted to.
That'd be awesome.
You guys are definitely coming, and then we can go to a footy game. Even better, you can see AFL, the real football of the world.
I saw you tweeting about this the other day.
Whilst
I was watching the soccer.
It is the greatest sport of all time. I'm not going to talk it up too much, but it's the greatest sport of all time. It is so awesome to watch. You just get because it's like a sport with everyone else's sport in it. Like it's sort of rugby, it's sort of American football, and then it's sort of soccer. Well, not really soccer. It's more it's sort of rugby and American football, but it's just awesome.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. Watch a game because it's like the best thing you'll ever watch. I'm obsessed with that at the moment. And my team's doing particularly well. We've been up there. We've been so close for the last I'd say 8 years. Last year in 2020, we made the grand finals, but we lost. And I don't want to talk about it. And it's hard for me to accept. But this year, we're going to win the flag. We're looking top form. We got some of the best recruits over the season.
I knocked on my wooden desk for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Done now. Back to Lego trains.
Looking at some of the comments, Owen was saying about
we completely ignored chat for like an hour.
I know. Sorry.
He was saying something about how splashes are the most annoying things to do on European and British locos, which is absolutely true.
That is true.
Splashes like make and break some models.
It's hard. Sometimes you can't just do a loco because there's no way you can get the splashes right. Like there's no point. It's tough.
And like I've got my Great Western Manor here, and this is my normal compromise is basically have the wheels a little bit smaller, so that they should be kind of like going right up into the splashes here, but they're just not. You can't.
This is completely off topic. I love the grip that you have on your model right now. Just
it's partly because I'm having to deal with the camera.
No, I thought it. Oh no, you've blown a cylinder. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. Just like
just throw it out of the box.
I could not do that with one of my models. So I thought that was amusing. If I tried to do that with my 10-wheeler, the boiler would just implode.
I think it's. I don't know if your locos do this, but most of mine, like if it has a bogey on the front, it just kind of flops like that.
Back in the day, I did that. Not as much anymore, but that was certainly actually there you go. My original 10-wheeler does that.
You're getting.
You got Vokes axles on. Oh my word! Look at that.
What's that?
The Black 5 does it too.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love.
What else?
I had that on my 10-wheeler, and like I was doing a show with it, and like I picked up the 10-wheeler at one point, and people were like, "Oh, you're missing your wheels." And I'm just like, "No, I'm not. Look, I can do this," and they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Going back to roller coasters quickly, someone said I thought Indiana Beach was closed. It did close down beginning of last year, I think, and then it was bought out by someone, and then it reopened.
Yay!
Why did it close? Was there an accident of some kind?
I think they just financially weren't working out well. But now it's like really going again, and they've got a new roller coaster coming this year, I think.
Nice.
Glenn, your face is going to get memed again.
Oh,
By who?
Again.
Face, apparently.
Yeah. Meme my 8-wide face.
You
can do like the model scaling calculator, and it's just going to be a line across my face that's 8-wide, and then each one of my ears is one stud.
Owen said he succumbed to going 8-wide when I was building a GER Y14060. Trying to think what that is.
It's on his flicker.
Saddle tank one?
No. It's on his flicker. Hold on, I'm going to get it.
Hold on.
I would love to go to Busch Gardens, Tampa, in Florida.
As soon as I figure out how to spell.
There's a bit of a strange thing going with Busch Gardens, Tampa, in that they've built an amazing new coaster that could be like the best in the world, literally, but it's just been sitting there not open for about a year. And they reckon it might be because of financial issues. So
oh dear.
It's quite strange.
Cool. I was watching a thing the other day on like, it was like Mega Builds or something. It was like the Ferrari roller coaster or something in Dubai or Doha.
It's not on the flicker, I'm wrong.
So in not Dubai, Abu Dhabi, in the United Arab Emirates, they have Ferrari World, not Land World.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's where the world's fastest coaster is.
Yeah. Dubai and Doha are really cool places, though. If anyone wondering.
That's awesome.
BMR, brick model roller coaster.
There we go.
That's the name of this podcast.
Yeah. I'm just going to retitle this video as soon as we're done with it.
I need to look at Owen's. I haven't seen it.
It is on his flicker. I just got confused. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up on stream. Give me a second.
You want to pull it up? Okay.
I'm going to pull up the upgraded version. Hold on.
What's that all the comment? Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm struggling right now. Give me a second, guys.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to end broadcast. Almost hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Here we go. This guy right here.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, yes. It's because it was LNER. I was confused when yeah, I like that one.
Would you like to know a fun fact about that? If my memory serves, that was the first model that I ever designed 3D printed rods for.
Did you do the rods for that?
I did do the rods for that. Friends
for life. Oh, and it's always good to have a super talented friend who can print rods and stickers.
I got those from Shapeways before we even started doing. Oh yeah.
He is my hero.
I want to meet Alexander. I've met Tonus. I need to meet Alexander now.
Alex is like the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
I'd love to meet Alex as well. Alex came to the UK, and I think David Taverner met up with him, but I didn't know about it until after he'd left again, which is a bit sad.
Yeah, he went to the UK. He's saying he met Michael and he met Carl.
Okay.
I want to meet Carl too. My goodness.
Carl's unfortunately disappeared from the whole community.
Just on his own accord, has he just lost interest, or?
I think it's just the last thing he's posted in Flickr in the last few years is just pictures of his car in his garage.
Yeah, I remember. Have you talked to him at all, or just not heard from him even?
No, I don't really have contact with him.
Unfortunately.
I mean, he used to work for the I don't know if he still does, but he designed models for the PC games.
Yeah, PC games, yeah.
And I have no idea if he still does that or not.
I'm not sure.
I mean, do they still even make those games?
I mean, well, they just came out with the Lego Star Wars, didn't they?
No,
okay.
I want to say that they just recently are coming out with a Skywalker Saga video game or something like that.
I'm
So
following that.
I mean, I'm sure they're still around. I don't know if Carl's still with them. I haven't talked to Carl.
Love that game. I've still got it on my phone. The old Lego Star Wars game I've still got.
There you
I
go.
love that game. It is awesome.
Those are some fun games.
They were awesome.
Fun games. I want to meet Carl someday. This is supposed to take this as a joke, but he did the cater him and then just bounced.
We made a Lego
Kind of, yeah.
It's supposed to be a joke, but like, I've got the cater him and I love it. But
I mean,
I want him to still be around because I enjoyed his work.
I think that's just what happens when you get to his point. I'm not saying I'm there. I mean, you guys are closer than me, but when you get that good, like, what else is there to do? Like, he's done it all.
I feel that.
He's done amazing car models. He's done beautiful trains.
Dude, he built an F4 Harrier too. That's on his Flickr. Oh my goodness, that Harrier is incredible.
Yeah, I think he did a helicopter and did some Star Wars stuff as well.
Yeah, he did that.
We should do another stream where all we do is just go through Flickr builders, and just like talk about our favorite models from people.
I'm down for that.
Dude, that's like a day's worth of content right there. Let's go.
Oh, we need to time it better though.
We do. This is awfully timed.
In terms of you guys coming to the UK, there's one option is trying to get to a Lego show, but the other option is just to like tour around some of the heritage railways.
Oh, that's
always down for that.
Definitely on the cards.
Maybe some theme parks as well, if you're up for that.
Yeah, theme parks.
Absolutely.
I love
it. I'm only aware of Alton Towers, but
yeah, Alton Towers is I think my closest one. Although it's a massive pain to get to, you basically need a car, which I don't have.
We'll get a rental.
Yeah, we can figure something out, but
we'll rent something out, something outlandish. Why not?
There you go.
We'll rent a Mini. We'll get a Mini Cooper with like the Union Jack on the front of it. Just be like the biggest tourist ever. Glenn, you've got to wear.
It'd be funny if you could actually hire something like that.
You got to wear something really American. I'll wear like a leather vest with like.
I'm gonna get a red, white, and blue Letterman.
I'll like turn up my accent to 10 so no one understands a single word I'm saying, which is already hard enough to understand.
So we're just gonna profile ourselves for the entire trip.
Yeah, you stand out.
Sam, the day I met you at when you came to the UK, came to the Horsecrest line.
Yeah.
The moment I met you is like our train had just arrived, so I was like filming the train and stuff, and then I was underneath a footbridge, and I just heard from above me this guy going, "Andrew," and I was like,
Andrew,
"I know who that is."
Andrew's like, what is going on?
I told you I would be wearing a bright yellow top that day, so that's probably how you knew it was me.
I was there. That was like Glenn. That was like me, sweating, sweating, going, I'm about to meet my like childhood hero here. Be cool. And then I saw him, I was like, Andrew, it's me, Sam.
And then right after that, I felt bad because I was like, I'm just going to go and film this train quickly, and then I just basically ignored you for about 10 minutes.
That's so funny.
He's set up Glenn, and he's about to get the shot of it coming in, and he's like,
"Oh my gosh!"
I was like, "Oh shit!"
Did you get him screaming in the background of the video and everything? It'd be so funny.
It was
Oh my word!
It was one of these running, so I had to go and watch it.
You want to take a video of that.
That was a great day. That was awesome. That was to see them all around. They had that going. They had the, I think it was the 262 tank engine they had going as well.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, man. Got to see a 9F. Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to see a 9F, man.
For a schools class? I think it was a schools class.
Cheltenham was there. That was a schools class.
And was this like a gala or something like that?
Yeah, Steam Gala.
Nice.
Perfect timing on my part. I had no idea it was on. Like,
I'm glad I let you know.
Yeah.
And then I think we did pretty well because you said you're coming with your dad for the business trip, and they're like, "Oh, you have some time," and I was like, "Well, there's that Steam Gala happening, and also you can get up to the National Rail Museum." And he managed to do that.
Yeah. I did York by myself because my dad was on. That's right. He was on business trip, and he's like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, Of course I want to come. Like, are you dumb? You pick, mate. And he's like, all right. And so he went. We had awesome time, and London's a super cool place to hang out to and see all that. But then I had 2 or 3 days where I went to York, the National Railway Museum, and I reckon I spent at least 5 hours there just drooling out,
hanging around.
It was one of the best days of my life to see all the engines there. It's so good.
Bucket list.
Bucket list.
Bucket list for me.
Oh yeah. And now we can go together, Glenn.
Working on it.
We're going. This is happening.
I will get there eventually. It's this. I can only do so much so quickly. But I want to go to England. I want to go to. I would like to go to Australia and go to a show there.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
See some.
I don't know how easy it is to get to, but I guess a bucket list item for me would be going to the railway where they filmed Back to the Future, where they've still got that loco running.
Yeah.
Jamestown,
no idea.
Yeah, Jamestown, California, I believe.
In California.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Railtown 1897, I think. This is like the name of that, but yeah, they've still got Sierra number 3 running, which is pretty incredible in its own right, given how much that locomotive has been used.
How old is it? I was about to say
it is. I'm gonna double check right now.
We have a few overhauls on it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1891, March 26, 1891.
Wow.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, it's getting back there.
That's old. Wow.
That's getting back
also,
there.
another thing we can do when we go to the UK is what I missed out last year. Because I think someone messaged me from LNUR. It was an invitation to go see the P2.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to do that because I am such a strong believer in 21st century steam locomotive projects. Like, that
is definitely, we got to.
I want to do that so badly.
And Tornado, hello.
And obviously Tornado. Well, it's the same group. It's the same group of people, essentially.
I agree.
Yeah. I went to a event in York in, I think, 2012, where you could actually get up to the locos quite close. So I was standing in between Tornado and Sir Nigel Gresley, I think, and you could actually notice like how much sort of cleaner and new Tornado was. Like even just like a piece of metal, it like had no dents in it at all.
That's it.
Like,
and they use modern practices as well. Like it's not a complete, as it was. Like they're trying to improve it.
It's. I like that mentality. It's instead of building a P2, they're building the next P2, like a generational thing.
Exactly.
I love that mentality.
If the Nigel Gresley, still had the time and, because he passed away and he never got to really expand upon the greatness of the P2. Like, it's nice. It's awesome what they're doing. Very cool. So it'd be awesome to see that and then take photos of the P2, the A1, and the V4. The 3 big projects they got.
Which is that we only have the 440s patterned off of the Golden Spike locomotives, and then we've got the Pennsylvania T1 5550, which surprisingly they are rocketing ahead with progress on that by comparison to where a lot of people thought they would be.
See, there's a few British projects going on at the moment. There's the P2, the Patriot.
Yep, that's a new build.
You have 2 P2s, by the way.
I think one of them officially ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Sure that one
possibly.
That's a shame.
There was going to be. I think there was going to be 2 LNER B12 projects, but one of them's officially stopped to help the other one.
There's the county class that they're working on, the 440. I could be wrong.
I think there's a couple of 440 projects. There's one of them is building a Great Central locomotive.
I'm looking this up right now.
I'm pretty sure they're doing a county class build.
I'm looking. Hang on, I'm looking this up right now.
But the thing is, there's literally like a couple of dozen new build projects in the UK, but only a small handful of them will actually happen.
Yeah, that's it. They say they're going to happen. I mean, I can't believe the Thomas Nuffies haven't built an E2 yet, or a replica at least. Like,
I'm kind of looking forward to
seeing a lot of stuff like that. They want to build another one, which I don't know.
I'm looking forward to the Patriot and the LBSCR H2 because I like those Atlantics.
Oh yeah, the Atlantic.
Oh yeah, and Beachy Head.
Yes.
Beachy Head.
Yep, the Beachy Head.
Yeah, Beachy Head's definitely happening. That's
That's good.
getting pretty far.
I love that. I love the look of those 442s.
Yes.
That's based at the Bluebell Railway.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's a perfect place for that as well.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
A new standard class 6, a new standard class 3, and a class 2. That's a lot right there.
Oh yeah, they're trying to complete the set of standards. The standard 3 is getting on pretty well, I think.
Holland's kindly just commented the P2, the Patriot, the County, the Holden F5, the Churchwood County. That's the one I think I was thinking of. The NER G5, the GWR 47XX, and Beachy Head. There's a lot. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of projects that have been announced. I think only a handful will get made. I mean,
yeah, I get confused by the counties because there's like 2 different types of counties.
Yeah, it's confusing. I was watching. Is it Chris? Do you know
Chris Green?
Yeah, he made a video about all the projects, and he was kind of like, he made a good point where he was like it's awesome that these projects are being done, but at the same time, we've still got to remember like all the engines that need restoring.
I'm gonna link that video in the comments.
Like, you can't forget, yeah. It's a good video because it makes it think like, you know, what's to prioritize at the moment. Because all the standard classes need overhauling soon, pretty sure. And
I don't know if you have the same thing in America, but so in the UK we have the thing where they have a boiler ticket that lasts 10 years, and then they basically have the
15,
same thing.
We have 15 years essentially. We get 15 years or like 1,472 operating days, and then we have to rebuild it.
Shit.
That's for like old steam locomotives. I'm sure new ones will have to. I mean, a new build steam locomotive, obviously, you don't have like the previous 15 years. It's just like you provide a start date to start using that boiler, and then you set the 15-year clock from that.
Yeah. I think technically it's that after 10 years you have to inspect a boiler internally. That's like the actual requirement, which basically means you have to.
Yeah, you have to tear it apart pretty much. So, yeah. I mean, after 10 years, if you actually use it, I mean, it's going to be worth tearing down. So, yeah.
And then you get some of the oldest locos. That's the trouble is if you want to keep them going, you end up having to replace like loads of them, and like so like some of the Terrier classes, little tank engines.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them, if you wanted them to be running again, you pretty much have to replace most of it. Like, and
then how much originality do you keep?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a whole different. That's a whole conversation I don't even want to get into tonight. Chris Eden Green, ironically, did a video on that too.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen any Chris Eden Green, I highly recommend it. Even if you are an American rail fan, I definitely recommend his content. Incredible guy.
See, Jeffrey's just commented something that I've always thought about. And he said, I do wonder if it's easier to build the locomotives with new tech from the bottom up as opposed to restoring something that's an antique.
That was covered in that video.
You know, like, it seems like heresy, but putting like a diesel generator in an old steam engine that has no chance otherwise of running if that's the only option for it. And, you know, and then putting
you also open the door to that in that conversation. You also open the door to like, should that locomotive be continue to be used in the first place? Like, if we have a one of one steam locomotive, should we operate it? You know, no matter how historically significant is it, if we only have that one, should we not try to preserve it as best as we can? Like, yes, it would be nice to see it running, but at that point, should we just build another one if we can find the money for it?
Yeah,
I think if you go back like 4 or 5 decades, we used to run pretty much any loco, like restore any loco in the country, whereas nowadays, like most of the stuff that's in the National Rail Museum now won't steam again.
Yeah,
and it's sad though, but that's the thing. It's like
it is, but like at the same time,
that's history.
It's history, and you're not going to further destroy it in a way. It's like I would love to see Mallard operating again, but I would also hate to see it ruined potentially.
I doubt it'll get ruined. I think if it was to be done, it'd be done well. But
potentially, but you know what I mean. Like I'd hate to see more of that originality lost by continuing to operate it over and over again until you're basically left with a Mallard that is unoriginal.
Yeah. But
I think the best chance it would probably have is if they wanted to do it for its 100th anniversary of the record, which is 1930 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1938. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you're right. That would be. I would love to see that.
Although obviously you have to plan it probably about a decade in advance to actually do the
probably like right now. But
yeah. Well, it also brings up. I think I saw this from you, Andrew. It was shared in the new Mission Impossible movie. They've constructed. It's a bit of a monster. It's based on a standard. What is it? It's
I know which one you're talking about. It's based on a Britannia.
It's based on a Britannia, but they've sort of modified it to look more like a French locomotive.
Very slightly, yeah. It basically looks like a Britannia with a few extra bits of metal on the side to make it look slightly European. But the fact that they've just made an entire replica just for that film is crazy.
And it's got a diesel generator in it with a smoke generator as well, right? But it's not steam. And it's like, what happens to it after the movie? Like,
who knows?
You got a whole Britannia there that's probably not that expensive to paint it and, fix the smoke deflectors and all the tiny little details they've added. Because if you look at the photos of it, if we can find a photo and share.
But even if you're not building it to work properly as a steam loco, they've still got to it runs on the railway. So that's it. Have they had to cast new wheels for it? That sort of thing. It's an enormous amount of work and expense.
It's huge.
Just build a new locomotive at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's what I mean though. Stuff like projects like that. If you can do that, that's something interesting. You can't rule it out.
And it's all have to have been done in secret as well. It's not like you can just reach out to all of the preservation movement to help out.
I mean, as soon as movies like that, they're going for the cash grab and the big blockbusters and what are they? They're not going to put it in a museum like Mission Impossible number whatever. I don't know how many movies Tom Cruise has done in the last couple of years, but it's too many.
They're on 9 now or something like that.
Yeah, something ridiculous, right? So what do you do with that? Surely you can preserve it and use it at a heritage railway.
There was also, talking about filming, there was something much more recently as well. I don't know if you saw. They're filming the new Indiana Jones film.
Jones film on North Yorkshire Moors, right?
Yeah, and there was a 9F with some interesting emblems that added to it for the filming.
Some Buddhist peace logos.
You gotta do it somehow. It'll be interesting.
It's horrible to see it on a 9F because it's a British logo. And
it was a bit jarring to see.
It is. But maybe that's playing into the movie.
And of course, also, it's a bit funny because the film's set during the Second World War and literally the entire train was built after the war.
I find that hilarious.
Well, no, when is it set? Because I don't think that's right. I know it's Nazis, but I don't think it is set during the Second World War.
Or maybe it isn't.
Because, Indiana Jones is he's got the cane now. Because Harrison Ford, they're not going to de-age him. So people think that the Nazis have come back. I saw that someone commented this on the train video from the...
I honestly have no idea how they're going to do it.
Yeah, to be honest, I saw the Crystal Skull one once and I can't really remember what happens in it.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, I enjoyed that movie.
Crystal Skull?
Crystal Skull. I thought it was a good movie. You're not gonna make a new Raiders or a new Last Crusade again, especially with, of course, obviously the elephant in the room. Harrison Ford is not gonna age backwards. So they took Crystal Skull and did. All in all, I think they did a pretty solid job on that. Considering it's a new Indiana Jones movie, it's not. You can't make an old Indiana Jones movie now. You have to make a new Indiana Jones movie, and that's what they did. And I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. So for this one though, I think what they're doing though. This is only from some guy commented on the train video of the 9F, is that the Nazis have come back from the very first movie, because you know how they all got sucked into the Ark?
Oh,
You can remember, and now the Ark's been unleashed, and now the Nazis have come
That's
back.
what they're going for.
well, now I gotta have to see this movie.
Yeah. And so now they're setting up base again, and I don't know what they're going to do now.
And so they've taken over a 9F in the middle of England.
Yeah. They've been like, so what's valuable these days? And being like, okay, we'll go for the 9F. Heritage listed.
That's the one that we need to go
The
for.
9F belongs in a museum.
That's funny.
9Fs, I think there's about 10 of them preserved, so it's fine to have some of them running.
That's cool.
I love the 9Fs.
We're not so lucky here in America.
You got a few preserved.
The best percentage wise is that we've got 8 big boys. 8 out of 25.
Is that literally the one that's got the most preserved?
Percentage wise, I want to say yes.
Wait, so big boys just not one off. Big boys, like, there's 8 of them.
There's 25. Well, there's 25 of them originally. There's 8 preserved.
I had no idea. Wow.
Yep. 8 preserved.
In terms of actual numbers of locos, though, have you got other locos where there's more than 8 preserved?
Yeah.
S160s worldwide.
There's a few carriers.
But I don't.
I meant American ones specifically.
Yeah. No, I really don't think so.
Wow, that's sad. Should
be. I mean, unless I'm just forgetting something obvious, I really don't think that we have anything like as far as like a percentage of the entire class goes. I really don't think we have anything better than 8 out of 25.
That's really cool though. But literally, the world's largest steam loco, there's 8 of them preserved. And like,
world's largest, but that's another conversation.
Well, yeah.
Right.
But no, you're right. No, it is cool though. I mean, it's like, who would have thought? I mean, it's a locomotive class that only Union Pacific ever used. There were 20 of them built in the first order, 25 of them built, or I'm sorry, 20 of them built in the first order, 5 of them built in the second order, and we have 8.
That's pretty impressive.
Still, that's wild.
They are massive.
Yeah, and the fact that they've got one running now is mind-blowing to me.
I mean, well, yeah, but yes, and it's awesome, but it was also the railroad that originally built them, and they built it as a public relation. They restored it as a public relations tool. Regardless, that's awesome, but still, like, I would almost be more impressed by a separate group restoring a less impressive steam locomotive.
Yeah, okay.
Like, personal opinion, but
yeah. I'm sad the really like beautiful streamlined American locos weren't saved. Like, I don't know if there any are. I don't think there are. Like,
we've got 611 and we've got 4449 for streamliners.
Yeah.
We've got Reading T1s are by definition semi-streamlined at the very least.
Who's that American industrial designer? Is it
Raymond Loewy?
Raymond Loewy.
Raymond Loewy.
None of his got saved.
No, none of those did. The T1, he designed the T1s, and we're building the new one, but no, I don't think any of his work actually did get saved.
You're building a new one?
Yeah, 5550.
Hold on, what?
They're building the next T1. Look up T1 Trust.
T1 Trust.
T1 Trust.
Oh, is that the one where they're hoping to break the speed record?
Yeah, we could. I'm sure you might have feelings about that, but
no, you did. No way. That's
dude. They're building a new T1, and I'm super happy about that.
That's incredible. All right, excuse me for a sec. I'm just gonna have a look at this.
Dude, yeah, that'll be some good reading material tonight or today for you.
He's one of my favorite industrial designers.
It's cool, dude. Raymond Loewy knew what he was doing. It's awesome.
That diesel right that one's awesome as. Wait, isn't that preserved? Was that his design? You know that diesel that kind of looks like a crocodile? Is it diesel? Or was it electric? Sorry, it's electric.
I don't remember. Oh, GG1.
GG1. Is that preserved?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. Unless my memory's failing me, I'm pretty sure Raymond Loewy did the GG1 as well.
I'm pretty sure it is because he's got like a photo of himself like posing with it.
Yeah, there is one actually. He's posing on the front of that engine next to a GG1.
Yeah, I love that one. So the one I've always wanted to build of his, because I love his work, is what is it called? I've got the photo. Haven't got the.
From Raymond Loewy Designs, there was the T1, S1, GG1, as far as I'm aware.
I'll try the S1.
I don't remember the other ones.
Yeah, it's the S1. I really want to build the S1.
I love the S1. That was my favorite steam locomotive for a good long while.
Yeah, I can honestly say the same. It's gorgeous. I love that Art Deco style, and it's just
it's so cool.
The ripper. Raymond did style. I styled the GG ones there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Henry Dreyfuss is also another great designer.
I like he did the Dreyfuss Hudson, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good looking locomotive right there.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, we covered everything tonight. I think it might be about time to cut this off so Andrew can go to bed and Sam can get on with his day, and also I can go to bed. Probably not too long.
Let's get a time check. Andrew, what's the time?
The time is now 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he needs to go to bed.
I probably do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's your wrap.
Legendary stream, I would say. Thank you, Andrew, for coming on. Even just
thanks for having me. It's been
absolutely good. Happy to, and we'll figure out that trip over there at some point.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We gotta stop doing that, I reckon.
Well, guys, thank you for joining in. I'll have to edit the title now to include Andrew's name as well. Hope you enjoyed. We'll try to do this again and try to give a little bit better heads up about it beforehand. Sam, yeah, there you go. That's all right. You're 30 minutes late. It's not too bad. But Sam and Andrew, thank you guys very much for coming on. I appreciate it. And we'll try to do this again and figure out that trip to the United Kingdom or England. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll end it here.
Toodaloo.